Without hesitations nor deviations to the matter, let's continue to grind to shine. Let's continue to move things in the right way, the proper way, baby. Mama said that there would be days literally just like this. All right. As they say, one thing we all adore, something worth dying for. There's nothing but pain. We stuck in this game, searching for fortune and fame. But what happened when the fame speak up and speak out? Let's get it. Yo. They say ain't no party like a cowboy party. But what about a Law Nation's groove? From my studios to yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Yeah. Shout out to you, CeeDee. Appreciate you getting money. I like it. I used to have pros. King Fred, I see you, fam. Adamantium, I see you. Kobe! DC for life. Yeah. That boy said, glory. Glory, glory.
Take the money out. All of it. Come on.
When you pray for rain, you gotta deal with the mud too.
5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Yo.
Take the money out. All of it. Come on.
Ain't no party like a cowboy party. Ain't no party like a Law Nation party. To the window and to the wall. What's up, B? What's up, Mouse? What's good with you, Melvin? You got us the poet, the rapper, and all of the great things that you put together over there on the gram and beyond. Come on, Sadiq, Terrence, appreciate you. And if I left out anyone, charge it to my beard, not my heart, man. All right, so let's talk about this. Jerry Wayne Jones, is he the problem? Now, two things can be true, right? Granted, we are the most visible franchise in the world, one of the most popular franchise and brands as it relates to sports. Iconic Jerry Jones, 3-time Super Bowl general manager / owner. There's not many Super Bowls that people can say, or there's not many owners that can say that they got more than Jerry, right? But it's been 30 seasons, 30 years, and people been calling him out. Now, there are things that we can all look back and say, two things can be true. Two things can be true. Jerry knows. He absolutely knows what is needed and what it takes to win the Super Bowl, right? But we haven't came close to a Super Bowl. Not a super fork, a super plate, not a super napkin. We haven't seen none of those things. So it is for what it is. D-Block, shout out to my guy, D-Block 88 in the building. Jones has always been the problem. And I get it, right? Old man, been around for a long time, not a short time. And people can see through the BS, right? And that's the problem, right? I'm glad I don't have to deal with the Cowboys PR with this, because they're going to have to. When they do the interview with Jerry Jones, the beat reporters, they better not skate. They better not skate. They better ask him, hey, Denzel Washington called you out, Jerry. Denzel Washington called you out. So it's one of those things. And we have practice live today. There was some sightings of Miles, not Monroe, but Sanders. He was at practice today. Hope all is well. I've seen Jadon Blue move around. It looks like he wasn't moving around good, but we will see what he's going to look like. And on top of that, so we can get right to the chase and right to the point, And bear with me, Cowboy Nation. I really appreciate each and every last one of you guys for your support. This is on ESPN, so y'all know how ESPN get down with law. So we're going to see how we can play some of this audio and let you guys know how this thing can roll from here. Fred and them, man. I see you, Fred. What's good with you? Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you, man. Fred Anderson. Yo. Come on with it.
Fred Anderson, $5. Law. Jerry finally said publicly what we've all been saying.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yo, so you heard that other thing that he said. All right, let's just see if I can pull this up. Pull a string and I wink at you. All right, I got it right here. Hold on, Jerry. Hold on.
I don't like what Dallas is doing. I know they're making a lot of money, and I'm happy for the owner. But the fans ain't happy. I've been a fan. I grew up in Mount Vernon, uptown.
Money earning.
The Red Raiders, we were the Red Raiders in the 60s. I was the running back, and we used to shift like the Cowboys.
Landry.
So I said, oh, the Cowboys play like us.
Right.
I've been a Cowboy fan since the 60s. He's making it hard for me.
He ain't lying.
Not to be a fan, because I'm still a Cowboy fan.
Ooh, I love it. I love it. I love it. He's saying an echo and the same thing I've been saying. And I would play the entirety of the interview, but I can't. Y'all know how the rules are, right? I don't make the rules. I just try to abide by them, right? But I'm going to tell you guys. So he's been a fan of the Cowboys before Jerry Jones bought the team, right? And that is Denzel Washington, Denzel. And that's Unc right there. You know, and that's cousin down there below, right? That's my cousin right there. That's my little cousin right there. And y'all need to say, he looks like Law. I do not look like David. David look like Law because I'm big cuz, right? He look cuz, I'm big cuz, okay? And that's Unc. But Unc is telling y'all the truth. And Unc is right on it. Denzel Washington is right on it. Let's listen.
I'm still going to have the star on the side of the hat. But he ain't thinking about us. He's thinking about his pocket. There's box office and there's Oscars. Jerry, been a while, huh? You ain't been to the show, you wouldn't know.
Ooh.
Wouldn't been to the show, you wouldn't know.
Uh-oh.
Haven't been to the show, so you wouldn't know.
Did y'all get them bars? Ooh, just put a 1 in the chat if you got the bars, what he said. You haven't been to the show in a while, you wouldn't know. But if you've been to the show before, you would know. And you've been to the show before, and you should know. And what he's saying with that, and I know it's going to go over a lot of people's heads. It's going to go over a lot of people's heads. What he's saying is, if you know what it takes to win, because you've been to the show, it haven't been in a while though, but you've been to the show before. You know what it takes. And you haven't been there in a while. I've been to the show, but I made it back to the show. Jerry, you know what it takes. And all it takes, ladies and gentlemen, is for Jerry to relinquish his hands on the Cowboys. And to me, it's not just Jerry. It's Stephen Jones. He could be just as worse as Jerry. Now, it would be a little bit better if it's just Stephen Jones, believe it or not, because we wouldn't have these crazy takes. We wouldn't have all of this conversations of the Cowboys got to do this, the Cowboys got to do that for attention. Because as you guys know, when you listen to Stephen Jones talk, it's like watching paint dry. It's like watching grass grow, right? It is suffering to hear him talk, and he's not as charismatic. He's not the person that talks with vicious or go at the reporters. He's more of a docile approach opposed to Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones is the bully that's in the yard that leads to this. I'm the one, whether you want it or not, or whether you like it or not, I'm in control. I'm your captain, right? And it's crazy. You choosing not to be the same for some reason. Yeah, shout out to you. Jeremy Betts, appreciate you. He got the money, the Oscar, but the box office is the show. Ain't been there in the big show in 30 years. Yeah, Jeremy, good way to break that down. Oh, my God, good way to break that down. All right, let's get back to it. Let's get back to what he ultimately say at the end here, okay?
What it is to win. And I love the Cowboys because I really love them. This is the way I feel, the way I feel. I do.
He said he loved the Cowboys, and that's why he feel the way he feel. He later on another clip stated that all money ain't good money. And we've been down that road before. You know, I made a G today, but you made it in a sleazy way. That type of conversation. And
Don't like.
It's difficult being a Cowboy fan. And it's hard to really try to tell you guys, let's be positive, let's be optimistic, when not everyone from above have the same meaning, right? Or the same thought track. And it's very difficult, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so what we have here is Jerry Jones admitting to these type of things. Listen to
I do believe if we're not being looked at, then I'll do my part to get us looked at. The Cowboys are a soap opera, 365
The
days.
stream will begin
When it gets slow,
momentarily.
I'll stir it up.
Please take your
All right. I know the background music is a little loud there. But he says, if the Cowboys are not being looked at, I will do my part to get us looked at. When it gets low, I stir it up. Jerry Jones on his Dallas Cowboys. So not only do we have to compete against the Philadelphia Eagles week 1, not only do we have to compete against Roger Goodell, because keep in mind, Jerry Jones tried to get Roger Goodell fired. And Roger Goodell was up for money. Don't y'all know that Roger Goodell makes $45 to $50 million APY? APY. And y'all have the nerve and the audacity to talk about other people that play this game, that they are one hit away from being a Ryan Shazier. On top of that, Roger Goodell get full health plan and whole bunch of other stuff as far as medical insurances and beyond, right? And that's a lot of money for someone that don't have to lace them up. They don't have to put on a helmet and pads. And Jerry Jones tried to take that man's money. Now, Rico, Jalen, that's in here, Toxic Tom, Nigel, VA boys, I don't know about you all, but I'm going to say this. At your respective jobs, if someone tried to get you fired and they ultimately fail, and it's time for you to rule in their favor, you're going to always have that in the back of your mind, right? So that's why we're seeing things in the last 20 years not being equal enough, because Jerry Jones tried to get this man fired, right? It's just crazy. And somebody could be trying to take your job and make you lose $10,000, $5,000. Somebody can argue and say, hey, when it's up for your next pay raise, right, and it's nothing more than $5 or $6, you going to get mad at that person. They'll forever be your enemy. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I had, look, my guy, Toxic Tom said, oh, yeah, I had they ass. No, did he? Yeah. They'll be an enemy of mine for the rest of their life, you know. So that's what's going on even with Roger Goodell. And that's why we've seen, even in 2017, that even Jerry Jones and Roger Goodell got into it, and they allowed their personal interactions spilled all the way over to one of our star-studded players, Ezekiel Elliott, to be suspended for 6 games, right? And that's crazy, right? An innocent man, never been arrested, never found a mugshot, and he was suspended for 6 games. And there have been people literally, that done had more egregious things. I'm trying to keep it PG-13. That was suspended for only 1 game, 2 games. People who were absolutely was in the proximity of someone of what they say now, so you won't get flagged, unalive. And I ain't gonna mention names, unalived, and they had less of a suspension than Ezekiel Elliott. Yeah, that's crazy, right? And all it takes, ladies and gentlemen, is one game to decide or whether or not you go into the Super Bowl or not. That's how football is. Football is a game of inches. Football has always been like that, and it's been crazy that we as fans, we fight each other. We got Jerry Jones fighting the front office, Jerry Jones fighting the NFL fighting us, and it's just a whole freaking mess over here. It's crazy.
And so it's wonderful to have the great athletes, have the great players, but there's something more there. There's sizzle, there's emotion, and if you will, there's controversy. That controversy is good stuff in terms of keeping and having people's attention. I do.
Look. Roger M. states there's politics in everything, even in NFL. But there's nobody who's going to stir up their own politics in the arena more than Jerry Jones out of all of the 31 other owners. You get what I'm saying? It's like some things is better left out unsaid, right? There are some things that you have to just hold your tongue. Don't bite it. There are some things that you give an ammunition to others. That's why, look, people can say, hey, man, the Cowboys are an undisciplined team. But are we? There are always subjective calls. Law, what is a subjective call? Holding. Holding is a subjective call. There's literally you can call holding on every play. There was a time that the Cowboys went through 18 games on DeMarcus Lawrence without a single holding call. What are the odds of that, right? And this was when he first got his coins, right? When DeMarcus Lawrence was the only guy that could penetrate and get around, get to the edge, get to the quarterback, they refused to call holding call on him, to a point that we had to start making videos and showcasing, like, look, even though he only had 4 sacks for the season, technically, but it will go into one ear, out the other, and they will say, hey, the Cowboys just complaining. For that to be married up for the next edge rusher that we got out of Micah Parsons, there's so many holding calls that's left out on the table. But we have been conditioned. Keep in mind, TV programming is programming. We have been conditioned to start leaning into the 3-ladder, the 4-ladder networks and take away from what we see with our natural eyes. And then when someone else point out, hey, but this guy was held and this guy was held, but it's not to the extent of how we get no calls. So on the flip side, there are subjective calls. Never in the history in 2019 that an offensive player been called twice for offensive pass interference. Guess who was the first team in the National Football League that got offensive pass interference called twice on them? Oh, the Dallas Cowboys in 2019. Of course, it was Amari Cooper, right? So we battle wars within wars. I'll never forget, even in that year, Ezekiel Elliott, elbow was down on the ground, knee, beard, everything. The ball bounces out, and then the aficionado said, hey, not enough evidence to overturn. Bro, we see it. It's in 4K. Not enough evidence. Fumble remains on the field. So that decides the difference whether or not you go to the postseason or not. Now, granted, the Cowboys finished out that season, I believe, 8-8 or something like that in 2019. Y'all give me, I forgot, 9-7 or 8-8. What we missed out on the postseason, and we ended up drafting CeeDee Lamb the next year and finally firing Jason Garrett. But you guys get me what I'm saying, that this is what we have to go through as Cowboy fans. The catch, no catch. All of us watching that game, we all admitted, man, Dez caught the ball. Dez absolutely caught the ball. And all of the trolls, all of the people who couldn't stand Tony Romo at that time. What can go wrong will go wrong with Romo, with all of the 3-letter to 4-letter networks beating him up or what have you. See, the Cowboys are choke artists and these sorts of things. For us to all be right 3 years later, the NFL came out and said, you know what, Dez absolutely caught the ball. It's too late now. It's too late. We can't put that toothpaste back into the tube. Look, they changed the entirety of the rule in 2007, 06, when they put the slick ball out there. Look, a third of the people don't know that there's absolutely a Romo rule based off of what happened in 2006 with the slick balls. It's crazy. And I can go on and on and on. But we have been in war, so it is triple harder to be a Cowboy fan than any other fan in the National Football League, because people are going to shoot their shots, people are going to talk bad about us, make memes, they're going to make jokes, they're going to laugh about us, and even though we know the problems, we would know the issues, we would know the concerns, we will point out the inefficiencies from the front office. People would dismiss that and say, hey, the Cowboys are the laughing stock of the NFL. Had no problems paying Gary either. Shaking my head, yeah. The hate is real. It is a tactic altogether, and I truly believe that the NFL had it out for Jerry since the time he sued them for $750 million. Yeah. And change the momentum and everything. We can go on and on. Look, the Cowboys, even on their drive in 2016, I can go on and on. Even on their drive in 2016 postseason game, the Cowboys versus the Packers, the first time, and I believe in 5 to 10 years, they called that penalty on Bryce Butler. Too many people in the huddle because he was in the process of subbing in and out, and they called that flag, and it's crazy. Now, a year removed from that particular incident, they said that the aficionados now give a warning flag or a warning sign saying, hey, man, y'all got too many in the huddle right there before the snap. You can't have more than 11 in the huddle, or he's too close to the huddle, even though you're making the transition of substitution. There are a lot of Cowboy rules that's put into place. So we have to beat them things out. And real Cowboy fans, we understand it, but it is such a hard thing because every year they keep moving things in place to make it difficult. Yeah. Now, I'm talking about 16 when Bryce Butler was on the team, not 2014. Yeah. But all of those things, really, football is a game of inches. Yeah. Football is a game of inches. Yeah. So it's crazy. Neither here nor there. Jerry Jones, he just can't get out of the way.
90s. This team hasn't won in 30 years, and you have the specter of those 3 titles, the 90s champions, hanging over the current Cowboys.
And I remember even when I was playing, people would ask that same question about the 70s. And I don't subscribe to that notion. Right. You know what I mean? Hanging over. We're going to prepare to come out. How good that team did, how good this team did. But really, we're stacking on. And I just want them to stack on. Right. That's it. When they ask me, who's the greatest 88? I said, we're not doing a side-by-side comparison. Right. We're stacking on. That's where true greatness comes from. And all I want them to do is stand up and stack up. That's it. Stack yours on. When it's my time, I'll stack mine on. When it's your time, you stack yours on.
That's my guy, Clarence Hill. And Michael, the playmaker, Irvin, talking about stacking on. Well, you can stack it as high as possible. But if you don't have a foundation, ladies and gentlemen, no matter how much you stack it together, the moment the wind blows, it's falling down. You know, in order for a tree to grow taller, the roots must grow deeper so that when the strong winds go, that the roots are rooted in. And I know last season the theme was rooted in, right? Rooted or something like that. And we got uprooted. But neither here nor there. But the reality of it is that your foundation got to be strong. A team, the way it's built, it got to be strong from the foundation. Down in the trenches, that's your root. That's your grit. Run game, that's your grit. The Cowboys never won a Super Bowl without a dominant run game. Let me repeat this again. The Cowboys never won a Super Bowl without a dominant run game. When the last time we had a dominant run game? Another truth, the Cowboys never won a Super Bowl without having top 5 defense. Law, can you say that louder so the people in the back can hear that? Yeah, the Cowboys never won a Super Bowl without having a top 5 defense, right? So you can put a lot of makeup on stuff. You can say, hey, I'm looking for attentions, and you can be top heavy when you do that, Jerry. But if you can't get to the principles and understand the how of the nature to win, then we're going to forever be a flash and dash type of team. Yeah. Action Power says, I heard everything you're saying, Law, but Jerry don't want to win. He got us 3. He got his 3 already. Yeah. And that's the problem, right? He done already hit it 3 times. It's put it like this. You got to really want to win and disregard the other things. But when you really want to make money in the attention, you don't really win. And the Cowboys been in that same cycling of let's go for splash, let's go for substance that equates to views, visions. We talk about we the most winningest team, but it's the regular season. How about them Cowboys? Universe says, is it going to get worse when Jerry steps down? I beg the difference. Because you will not have the outspoken one so that the 3-letter and the 4-letter networks can use those as click. Jerry adds to that. There's no way Stephen Jones can all of a sudden get swagger and start spitting the things that Jerry says. There's no way. They are 2 different people. They look like they're the same age, but his father and son, they look like brothers, but they are 2 different people. Matter of fact, players tend to bully Stephen Jones to this degree. When DeMarcus Lawrence wanted that contract, $40 million, that's a lot of money, right? He told Stephen Jones, man, with all bull sugar aside, put your daddy on the phone. Let me talk to your daddy, you know. Put your daddy on the phone. And the daddy got the deal done. Meaning that let me know, even though you say you in charge, you're not. Because if he was, he would have been able to look DeMarcus Lawrence in his eyes and say, hey, bump all of that. You got to go through me. If Stephen Jones was about that business, if he had some gonads, I'm talking about big gonads, cojones, he would have said, nobody gets to the Father but through me. If you want to get to the Father, you got to go through me, baby. You know. yeah, you got to go through me. And DeMarcus Lawrence says, man, put your daddy on the damn phone, man. That's like you trying to get to heaven and you talk, like, get out the way, man. Put G-O-D on the phone, man. Get out the way. Get out the way. But me and Christ is the same person. No, get out the way. Give me your G-O-D. No, that's exactly what D-Law did. You know? Law, do you think that Tober do get traded? This is from Daniel. We like our guys. we like our guys. So this is all I'm gonna say on that.
No.
How surprised are you the Cowboys are still struggling 30 years later? You know about the 90s.
You doing this right here?
Yeah,
Like right here.
right now.
At the Cowboys premiere.
Yes. We keep it real, don't we?
I'm not surprised.
Okay.
I'm not surprised. I think the biggest thing, I've always said this with the Cowboys.
Right.
Good is the enemy of great.
Right.
And they're always good. Always good.
Right.
I think that's why they haven't been great, because they've been content being good.
Right.
I think that's the one thing. And then the other thing, it costs to have this.
Right.
And I think the cost of this, red carpet premieres,
Right.
and all the stars out is championship.
Right.
I think that's the cost of it.
It do cost, man. And it's different levels to good, to great, to elite. None of you guys strive to be just good. If you are, then you know you gonna be just that what you try to be, good. But man, when you try to be great, when you try to be great, and that's your goal, is to be great in things, there's a lot of
Sacrifice.
right? It's a lot of sacrifice to be great. Now, if you try to be elite, there's even more sacrifice to be elite. Right? I mean, there's a lot of
Sacrifice.
to be elite. A lot of that. Law, do you have any truth to that, man? Shoot, I ain't gonna go. It's too early, man. It's too early for me to break down that part of it. But let me know if you guys really want me to say that, you know. Because there's a guy who got more Super Bowls than our franchise. And he's gonna go down as elite because he made a lot of
Sacrifice.
that brother made a lot of sacrifices. Mm-hmm. So much, man. Oh, I ain't gonna go there. I ain't gonna go there. Yeah. I can't go there right now. It's too soon. All right. I definitely don't want to go there right now. It's too soon. Yeah. Yes, indeed, Cowboy Nation. So the Cowboys had their premiere, and a lot of things can go around when you have your movie premiere of the Netflix show. And shout out to the Cowboys for going through that type of thing and pulling up old things that really don't have ground to really say that these are the things that we're going to do this season, because we don't have the architect like we had during that time frame. But neither here nor there. The Cowboys, let's roll through some of these practices, clips, or what have you. Shout out to my guy, John Machota. Appreciate all of the hard work he's doing. There will be a show tonight, the Cowboys Collective, and we're doing some great movements. Appreciate you guys so much for your support. This is Cowboys back at practice today. Dak Prescott, the famous walking on air. Appreciate John Machota for capturing that moment. We are seeing here that Jadon Blue is back at practice. In my opinion, this is just a small clip. I just don't like the way he's moving. It looked like he's favoring the left leg. He's not putting a lot of weight on the right leg. I hope all is well with him. Do we need to see him this week? In my opinion, just my opinion, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to rush him. I don't need to see him that bad. If he's moving like that, look, man, the football season is long. And when you favor one leg versus the other, that's when other soft tissue issues happen. That's when you overcompensate. And it could be a long time of that particular situation there. So, no. The Cowboys rookie running back should not, if he continued to look like this, should not play this weekend, in my opinion, right? If he's looking like that. And I could be 1,000,000% wrong, but I just don't think that he's moving enough based off of this clip for me to say 100% I'm comfortable, right? All right, this Kevontae Turpin. Turp didn't play last week, but we got to know that he's a specialized weapon. I like what he brings to the table on so many factors. And shout out to Kevontae Turpin. I think that this is going to be a year that we look back on and say, all right, cool. He's about to do it. He's about to do it real big, man. All right, so when we move right here, we got Joe Milton, and he throws a deep one. Throws a deep one to Jalen Tolbert, but Cropper, all these damn Jalens. He throws a deep pass to Jalen Cropper, and this is the thing that I want to say about Joe Milton. We have to understand that whenever you play in the preseason, game one, day one, all of these things, it takes time for you to get comfortable. I'm not putting a Band-Aid over a bullet wound with Joe. He still got a long way to go. He got a long way to go. But what we can't do is sit back here with a straight face and say, hey, man, he's trash. Hey, man, he's no good. Hey, man, he would never. No, just allow this man, get patience with him. You learn more from your failures than your success. I do not want us to overhype him, and I don't want us to overbeat him up. Just say, hey, man, he's in process of becoming a better player. He got some tools, got to work on some accuracy, got to work with comfort, and that's what he's doing. I'm old enough to remember, even though Joshua Allen is a whole lot better. Started off a whole lot better. But Josh Allen couldn't hit water if he fell off a boat. I mean, the guy had some issues. But now look at Josh Allen. Not saying that Joe Milton's ceiling is Josh Allen, but they got similar strength as it relates to their arms. I got Saiton with the super chat. Appreciate you for your support.
Saiton drops $9.99.
Drops.
My theory is Jones' family goal is to raise the value of Cowboy until Jerry passes away. His kids don't care about football. They are worried about how many billions will be divided amongst themselves.
There's been some rumors, Saiton, that you're not that far off. You're not that far off. This is a very emotional family, too. And without the chief cornerstone of that family, maybe they will decide to sell. I don't know. But what do you call them people? Them Saudi Arabians, those people that with all of that money in Dubai? I heard that they might consider buying the Cowboys, and we be the Dubai boys. I don't know. But, you know, it's crazy. It's crazy how all of this work its way out. I can say that with Stephen Jones' family legacy, it's going to be hard to walk away from the money machine, though. It's a proven blueprint. They took $140 million, right, and turned that sucker into $12 to $15 billion. Printing out money. We haven't won in 30 years and 30 seasons, and we are still here. Matter of fact, in the last 30 years, we made more money than the time we were winning the first 3 Super Bowls. So, Dubai boys, yeah. Arabian boys, yeah. Shoo. Have y'all been to Frisco lately? Yeah. And let me know. Put a 1 or a 2 in the chat if you've been to Frisco lately. Shoot, let me know who are the majorities there. Newsflash. There's not a lot of us there, and there's not a lot of the other people there that look like Jerry there. You know, Frisco is growing. Texas is growing. Shoot. I'm just letting y'all know. It's becoming a scenario that Texas is becoming a little bit more diverse than what it is, you know. Yeah. Jeremy Betts, how about them Cowboys universe? Yeah. Ice cold at 0. Let's go tie Jerry up and put him in the basement. Yeah.
J Diz, $10. Law, here we are August and the Jones family is still acting goofy. I have the same confidence I did this time last year, bro man shrugging dark skin tone. Just prepare for it, y'all, to be disappointed.
JD's, man, even though I'm pointing out some of the issues here, as crazy as it is, ladies and gentlemen, at some point, if this team can rally behind itself and say we have to win in spite of the front office, that would be the only way. The other way would be by us being such a top-heavy team. Got little legs, real big up top. We just skip our legs today. Yeah, yes indeed. Yeah. How about them Cowboys? Says them and them Indians. You know, yeah. They shout out to them. Shotty got to continue to fight for this team. And as Jerry said, the reason why he hired Schottenheimer is because he used to bite his lips on a few things and bite his tongue to say a few things and these sorts of things. But that's where we at. We got to keep the faith and keep fighting for this staff to see through the bullsugar. That's the only way. Because the intentions from the front office is not primarily winning the Super Bowl. It's about winning views. And Jerry already said it. He done already said it in that video. Is that when it's low, I try to go high and I try to get these things going in this particular parameter. So we got to lock arms together because we are Cowboy fans. They are fans of money. There's no way in life Jerry Jones can sit here with a straight face and say he's a diehard Cowboy fan. No way. He's not a diehard Cowboy fan. He sees the money. He owns the team.
Makes no sense, guys. But you know this.
There's box office and there's Oscars. Jerry, been a while, huh? You ain't been to the show, you wouldn't know. Wouldn't been to the show, you wouldn't know.
Uh-oh.
Haven't been to the show, so you wouldn't know what it is to win.
I don't need to add.
I feel like we could
And I love the Cowboys. I love the Cowboys.
Listen
I really
properly.
love them. This is why I feel the way I feel. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about the movie.
And that's what.
Love's a sin, love's a crime. Love is when you have grief, you ask God for a sign. Baby, my love run deeper than the sea. Keep the picture. My love gonna get you. You know, love is a very deep feeling in emotion. A trait that if you don't have love in your heart, you would never make the sacrifice. If you don't have love in your veins for something, you'll never put in the time. But if you like a certain thing, you dismiss a lot of things. But unconditional love, oh my God, is the time when you point out something that you know that's going to go against the grain. But by your love for the team, it is better for you to say it straight up. There's difference between, and cover your ears for a quick second, ladies and gentlemen, for those who's under the age. There's a difference between a butt whooping and an ass whooping. And when you get that ass whooping, mama will be reaching way back with that belt or with whatever she can get in her hands to deliver the ass whooping upon you. And the whole time when she's hitting you, she's going in rhythm. And at the end of the day, she's saying, I only do this because I love you. and you getting your ass whooped so bad that you sitting there saying, lo and behold, I wonder what it will feel like if you hate me. And then she will say, if I hated you, I would allow you to continue to do the things that you're doing. You see, love, and I know y'all got much love for me, man. Love is a certain thing that you would say, even if you don't like what I'm about to say, I'm going to say it anyway, Law, because I love you. You got a boog in your nose. Yeah, you got something in your beard. I love you, man. I got nothing but love for you, Law. I want what's best for you, right? And you're going to have to give the harsh treatment. And that's where a lot of people get things mixed up. Yeah. Teddy G says, I had flashback, Law. Yeah. And Teddy G, I guarantee you, you didn't like or you didn't love your mom for what she was doing at that time. But, man, you ultimately love her now for what she did, right? Yeah. Shoot. Y'all know I'm telling the truth right now. Get out of there. Don't let him get in rhythm. Didn't I tell you to take out that trash? You know, like, it's just trash. But now, ever since then, you take that trash out, don't you? Yeah. Keep going, Unc. Keep going.
And I wanted to get back to the movie because, you didn't bring the
Speaking of the movie,
up in the
same
movie,
thing.
highest to lowest. You didn't bring it up.
And what does it say down the bottom of the movie?
What?
Or does it say it on the one sheet?
What does it say?
All money ain't good money, Jerry.
Say it again.
All money ain't good money, Jerry.
One time.
August 15th, we open Friday.
Yeah, all money ain't good money, man. Yeah. No toxic tugs and no law. I put her in a home, one of the bad ones, for 160 minutes. Yeah, shoot. Nah. But yeah, I feel you on that. It's just trash, Law. All money ain't good money, man. All money ain't good money is what he's saying with Jerry. Cali Cowboy.
Damn!
What we got here?
Cali Cowboy $9.99. We need an extraction from this Jerry Jones distraction. It is literally ridiculous. Jerry is a genuine problem for all of us true fans.
Yeah. And to be fair to Jerry, Grandma said there's a lot of people in hell with great intentions, right? His intentions may be, hey, I'm doing this, just like he said on The Landman. I'm doing this for my kids. I'm doing this for them. I bought the team for me, but I realized that I bought the team for them. Can you imagine? And I love them. I can't take nothing away from his family. Gene Jones, Charlotte Jones, Spalding Jones, Tony Jones, whatever, all of the kid Jones, Stephen Jones, Stephen Jones, however you want to call them, Jerry Jr. Jones, right? All of the Joneses, I get it. Can you imagine if he bought the team for the fans, though? How much better would we be? Oh, my God. Buying it for them is all about the bottom line. Did you win today? No, but we won. We made $100 million. That's winning for the family. Did you win today? Yes, but you lost $50 million. That's for the fans. That's the problem that we are having. That's the problem that we are seeing. The money. I try to raise as much money for the kids, not for the fans. Guess why it's $25 to park at practice on a dirt road in Oxnard? It's $25 a park. It's crazy. That's why it's $300 a day just to be on the side of the field that you got to play Russian roulette on whether or not you will see the team play. $300. Now, somebody can say you're ungrateful, SOB, because they don't have they can still say, well, we don't have to have open practice. Two things can be true. But if you really care about the fans, you will have a little mercy. It shouldn't be worth $300. $300 for one day, and they don't even practice on that side. Come on, man. Shoot. yeah. It's not worth it. No way. Yeah, ain't this right, Toxic Tom? It's not worth it. And that's where we're at. All right, so the other clip here, we got Dak to CeeDee Lamb. We're going to see this clip right here. Appreciate everybody for jumping in. Dak to CeeDee Lamb. Let me see what we got. Dak drops back, scans the field, rolls left, turns right, throws a deep ball to Lamb. Y'all better not. Yeah. If they get on the same page, boy, shoo. Week 1. If they get on the same page by week 1, ooh-wee. Keep in mind, around this time last year, he wasn't throwing it to CeeDee Lamb. We had the disadvantage because our evaluation last year around this time was only trying to make plays to Jalen Tolbert. Billy John, Tyron Billy John, whatever his last name, Johnson, I believe. So now that you guys got to quantify the fact that if we were about football, then they would have been already having Dak to CeeDee Lamb out there last year. But the focal point wasn't about football. It was about money. I hope people are seeing it now with their natural eyes. Let the AI speak on this one.
J Diz, $10. One more time LawFace with symbols on mouth the Jones family. Jerry Nonsense Catboy and his pool of slaves. The daughter outside his marriage should own the team at this point. Maybe she has a brain cell with football.
Damn, J Diz. To be fair, Charlotte is the smartest one out of all of them. The Jerry Jr. guy, he's really good with numbers, right? Stephen Jones, he's the guy that walk around with his chest out to need to prove the point that he should have been junior, right? And everybody knows that in family, the oldest always should be the junior, not the youngest, right? So when you make the youngest junior, you sitting there like, hey, I'm going to prove daddy that I should be the one, man. I'm going to let daddy know, man, I should be carrying the family legacy in the name, man. I should have been junior. Daddy, I will prove to you that I can get things done. Daddy, I'm going to let you know, man, I can close the deal too. And I know money, even though I was there from day one. That's Jerry Jones' son, Stephen Jones. Damn! Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Yeah, but Charlotte Jones probably, or Charlotte Anderson, she probably look at this thing and say, you know what? I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Let me just get the best of the best. Let me just bring in somebody that know what the hell they doing. If she becomes the owner, GM, and all of this stuff, she would not wear all of them hats. You just go in there and get the best of the best, you know. That's from my thoughts, you know, because they said when they was building that stadium, and this is according to Mike Fisher, shout out to Mike Fisher, right? They said when they was building the stadium, they had to take the cards away from Charlotte Jones because she was just swiping and getting the biggest and the best products there, right? She wasn't dealing with nothing from Walmart and Dollar Generals and stuff. So she's a spender. We will probably be in trouble with that degree if she's handling the money. She'd probably go out there and say, okay, we gonna sign this guy, sign that guy. We ain't gonna play no games, and we gonna make sure we have the best of the qualities in here. Yeah, so it is for what it is. Let me go to Javonte Williams in practice. Shout out to John Machota. Javonte Williams. this is an opportunity for him to showcase. I don't know whether or not they're going to play him this weekend, but he is a bowling ball, strong downhill runner, and we'll see what he's going to do. We're going to see what he's going to do. But, it's practice. They can't take no one to the ground. And from what we were able to see out of, Phil Maffa and as well as Malik Davis, we were very, very happy with those two runs that they were able to do. Now, Deuce Vaughn, this should be his Super Bowl this weekend. If the Cowboys want to get true evaluations of their running backs, let Deuce get the bulk of the carries so we'll know what the hell we got. I don't want to play this game where is it 5 and 6 years later, they trying to figure out who's, right? And that's been our issue. Look, we still don't know who. We still don't know who. Who's Izzy? Is he a starter? Is he a backup guy? Is he a role guy? Look, Izzy only got a spoonful of reps. Collectively, I think in the last 6 years, or how long he been here, 5 or 6 years, y'all let me know how long Izzy been here. He probably have a grand total of snaps of 300 to 400 snaps. He don't have a lot of snaps. We don't know who he is. All right. Seabass says Shotty is a yes man. Shotty goes against the grain a little bit, but ultimately to say that he's a yes man is too soon. It's way too soon. It's way too soon. Let me say this again. It's way too soon. Also, ladies and gentlemen, let's not base this team collectively based off of preseason 1. Majority of the preseason games, teams that played at home won. Why? Because they're more comfortable at their crib. They got their family members, a whole bunch of other stuff that's there. They try to make this team. So these next 2 preseason games, we may see an influx of the Cowboys making more plays than the opposition because they got to fly into town. They got to move stuff around. They're nervous. Got the legils. The stadium is bright. It may be a situation where we see a flip around. But what I'm telling y'all, if we fool around going this preseason and blow the doors off the Ravens, still temper your expectations. Don't think that this is what we're going to do to every team. It's preseason, not a game. It's preseason. So I just want to temper your expectations, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I'm saying. Let's go back to this one. Deuce Vaughn, let's see him run. Whoop, whoop. We will see what Deuce Vaughn is going to look like this preseason game. Saw a little bit in the last one. Let's see if he can get a bulk of the carries in this one. Yeah. And the other thing is, Cooper Rush, I don't know how much or how many times they're going to put him on the field this upcoming game. But it's going to be a sight to see for the defensive backs and some of the guys to say, hey, Cooper, we know you and you know us. And they should know the tendencies of him. So we'll see how that's going to look this weekend as well on Saturday. This is Dak to George Pickens. He drops back, scans the field, climbs the pocket, throws, and that's a timing throw because he had to throw it to a spot, and Pickens is able to catch that. I don't know when we're going to see in a real game, real live actions, when we're going to see this connection. Maybe it's week 1. I don't think that the Cowboys are going to give Dak Prescott, Pickens, and Lamb a series. But, man, I would love to see just a series, right? I'm greedy. I want to see 2 series, but we may not be able to get that. Donovan Ezaraku. We did some tape on him. He comes around the edge here. He's been a solid guy on week 1. Didn't have a lot of gaudy stats, but he did everything technically sound. Check out the video on my Instagram page. Got a super chat from Saiton. Appreciate you. States law, but you can't deny the main issue, and that has been hunting us from this team for 5+ years. Still showing up preseason. They didn't fix anything. I can't go off of one game. I can't base it off of our second and third stringers. I can't. But the finite reasons of, penalty flags been crazy. We have issues at cornerback, defensive tackle, right? I can't dismiss those two things. But I can't judge this team in the entire season based off of one game of preseason when it was unscripted, no what we call strategy to win, and everything been vanilla. When they scored one of the touchdowns in the red zone on it was like the 8-yard line, 9-yard line, I was doing the play-by-play. These guys played overs. If you in the chat, if you know what overs on defense is, let me know. And they allowed a beeline, a straight pass for a touchdown. I was like, they didn't even compete on that particular series there. They played overs. So I'm quite sure that Matt Eberflus don't want to showcase all of his cards in preseason too, So that's all I can say. Ice Cold Cowboy, he says sign Parsons is all I ask, and I agree.
Damn!
I agree. Yeah. Jerry says I know overs and unders. Jerry says, all right, this is where we at? It done ran all the way. All right, so we got right here. Is it Dak to CeeDee again? Cloud the pocket. Oh yeah. Ooh, but that is on 20. Not like that's on Trayvon Diggs or Bland, right? So we'll see what 20 gonna look like down the stretch. But man, that's a good one right there. All right, so that's Dak to CeeDee. All right, so this is Cowboys kicker Brandon Aubrey, 5 out of 6 on his field goals attempt today. He missed a 45-yarder, but he made the longest from 52. I love John Machota reporting right here, right? Yeah. It's good. Good reports right here from John Machota. This is Donovan Wilson. I guess catch fumble. Putting that pepper on him. Watch this. Drops back, scans the field, hit him in the middle. Boom. Put that pepper on him. Yeah. See, the problem is with Jake Ferguson, he didn't nose the ball. Greet the ball, man. Keep that ball up there a little bit, and then tuck it high. Yeah. But good play, good heads-up play by Dono. Dono been doing pretty good. ESPN is making a killing over this. Yeah, you ain't lying, boy. I knew they were going to make some money today. Ooh, do you see what I see? A jump ball, baby. Man, Brandon Cooks, man, when he wore 3, this would never happen. Boy, look at this. Look at this, y'all. Come on with it.
Damn! Dak Prescott!
Dak drops back, scans. You got to cover every blade of grass now. Now, is that Andre Booth? I take it away if that's Andre Booth. Who's the DB, y'all? Help me out. Who's the DB? All right. They got them damn jerseys rolled up. I can't tell who the DB is. It don't look like it's Kyer Elam, and it don't look like that's Bland. Y'all let me know in the chat who that is right there. Let me pause it a little bit. Let me see if I can figure out who that is, man. Y'all let me know if y'all know who that is that he catching that ball on. Yeah, it's crazy. And gotta go here. Where do I gotta go? Y'all bear with me. Hail Mary. What do we have here now? Right here. Nope. I gotta go. Y'all let me know in the chat while I try to blow this video up. Hold on. Boom. We're gonna get there. We're gonna make it bigger. That's Bland. Let's see. Yeah, boom. I'll move it over this way. I know it's bigger now. Yeah. Hold on, bear with me, y'all. Hold on. Boom, 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 boom. Little technical difficulties. Boom. All right, it should be bigger now. Let's go right here. Drops back, scans the field. All right. That's 26. He got too many clothes on out there. Then that's the case. He normally don't have all of that. Yeah, that is bland. He just it's like taking money away from the kids. Thank you for tuning in to the Long Nation Film Session as we take a deeper look at a deep throw and boom, and he gave him some good position. Where was he at position wise? Let's see. I wish he had it tilted. All right, position. Oh man, he just moused him on that one. Good technique by that arm bar. Look, not allowing. You got to get a good feel. You got to flip his. You got to flip his hips now. Flip your hips now, Bland. Great catch. Let me see how he come down on it. Ooh, wee, that's good right there. Man, we're gonna see a lot of this year, bro. We're gonna see a lot of this, man. We didn't even have this element last year. We didn't even have, like, Lamb can do this, but now you got to go on both sides like this. Ooh-wee. And I guarantee you when Lamb was eating, I can watch this again. Man. That means that they probably, if I could see the defense lineup, hold on. Dang. They had to be in single high safety. There's no way you had cover two like this. Yeah, they had to have the single high. And they probably cheated to the, let me see the formation here. Go right here. Dang, I can't see who's on the other side. Y'all think that it was probably a 2-by-1, right? 2-by-1. Y'all think it's a 2-by-1 formation? Probably was a 2-by-1 formation, right? That's probably what it was, a 2-by-1. And if I'm not mistaken, they kind of messed that one up by cheating to the side where Lamb was at, because Lamb was eating. Lamb was eating all throughout that series there earlier. Probably what it was, 2-by-1. You know, dog fight right there, bro. Yeah, and this is gonna make Bland better. You know, Jerry says bad pass by Dak. That's wild. No way. Yeah, Montana. He's gonna do that all day to anybody, not just Bland. He's gonna do that to anybody. And Bland, he's the next guy that's talking, right? So it's good to see him back out there. Hopefully, you get him some snaps in this preseason game. Keep in mind, you know, he had a brutal season last year with that foot, and we need Bland to be out there. I know there's some arguments. This argument of, you know, whether or not he's an outside corner, inside corner. If the Cowboys didn't play around with their food, then for these last 3 or 4 years, they could have worked Izzy as the outside corner because he got the length, he got the speed, he just needs the reps. And then you could have kept Bland inside, but that's a whole nother story. Since we having reservations at that spot, what y'all think the Cowboys should do at that DB? I gave y'all my thoughts. Speaking of that, let me see if I got any other thing that I want to pull up and bring up. Appreciate everybody, man, for tuning in. It's always a pleasure talking to you guys, Cowboys, football, and beyond. Let me see if I got any other clip notes. Okay. Ooh, I got another angle from it. Hold on. Let me see if I can get to it. I'm going to get to it right here. Y'all bear with me, man. I got another angle of that same play with some HD vision on it. Y'all bear with me. I'm going to pull this angle up. And we getting things going, Cowboy Nation. Don't forget, we will have the phone lines open for Q&A. So get your place in line already. You know, try to end that music. And we're going to slide this over. Slide to the left. And bear with me, Cowboy Nation. Appreciate y'all. And we're going to pull this up again. Boom. And there we go. Yeah. Make sure we mute that. Don't want to get hit up with the music. Oh, yeah. Yeah. This brother, he's shooting this thing from a cinematic view. Yeah. That's a good catch. Look how clear that is. 87. Can't see Lamb on the other side, but yeah, that's the other safety. So somehow the rolling of the coverage went the other side, and it allowed Bland to be one-on-one. And where I want Dak Prescott to get it, if it's one-on-one, and if he's seeing the cornerback is in phase with his back turned, trust Pickens. Just trust him, man. Just throw that thing as high as you can, not as far as you can, but high enough so that he can just up and get it. Boom. If they are in man-to-man like that, I'm just taking this all day. I would deal with an interception. I would deal with an interception on this ball, regardless of it, because I have to develop that trust with Pickens, right? And Pickens going to go get it so that they can get out of that damn defense. That's what I would do. I would trust. Not all teams got a number one DB or two DBs as number one. So this is going to be pain. This is going to be pain for anybody to try to guard this all day. Now, can they win some? Yeah. But I'm shooting for this to be more of a 70-30 versus a 50-50. Y'all get what I'm saying? Y'all get what I'm saying, right? I'm shooting for this to be more of a 70-30 versus 50-50. Boy, when Randy Moss was playing, it was more of a 80-20, 90-10. That ball in there like that. Yeah. Yeah. That's dope right there with watching these boys. That reminds y'all a little bit of Dez. Not calling him Dez, though, by the way. That just reminds y'all a little bit of Dez. The last guy, they can just high point that ball and just snag it out of the air, y'all. That's really dope. Back shoulder fade is just crazy. Yeah, crazy good. Let's get it going, Cowboy Nation. Let me see if I got any other clips out here. Whew, that clip was good, wasn't it? That one was super HD. Yeah, it was nice. My guy, Okoye Media, was doing some footages on 58. We're going to look at some of that, and then we'll get things moving. But if this is your first time ever watching, I want you guys to stay in control and be in control of not just your watching of the film, but of your odor. And let my partners talk a little bit more about this, and that's me, Mando. Let's talk about control. And first and foremost, I'm talking about control body odor, and that's anywhere. And all you have to do is shop.mando and get $5 off of your starter pack, and that's over 40% with promo code LAW, shopmando.com. Let's go. I use this body wash odor control, full body control with Mando. They have the product here, and they also have deodorant that you apply under the arm for 72 hours of odor control. You want to be in control. And speaking of control, they also have the product that you can apply all over the body, the invisible cream, and it also fights for 72 hours. Look, it's all about being in control. And with Mando, man, they control body odor anywhere. All you have to do is shop.mando, get $5 off your starter pack. That's over 40% with promo code LAW, shopmando.com. Let's go, and let's stay in control of your odor. I love it.
Let's go, man! Let's go!
Stay in control of your odor, and be sure to reach out to Mando. Now, the invisible cream, it lasts up to 72 hours, and that's on fresh skin. You know, don't put it on dirt and expect the same results. So with that saying, Nate Davies says lunchtime law. He's on a 15-minute break. Appreciate you, man. All right, so let's look into the film. We're going to talk about Mozzie and his assessments here. This is my guy, Okoye Media. Appreciate him. He hit me up just the other day, and he was saying he's going to go over some tape of Mozzie, and he was going to do a joint show with another content creator. And he said, you know what, Law? I don't want to do that video with that person or with that individual now. I just want to rock with you. So maybe sometime next week or in the following week, we will be giving you guys unbelievable film analysis and breakdown. But this is what he said. Mozzie has his work cut out for sure. He states he needs to improve, but the narrative against him should be backed up with film. Keep in mind, Okoye Media started off, and he still stands on business with this notion. Prove it with the film. So he got some footages here. We're going to attempt to do this, and I'm saying this loosely, if the NFL seeks to take this video down, then we'll try to do something else otherwise. All right, so keep in mind, Jay Toya is 93. He's getting walked back. He's on skates with that one. And that's largely because his pad level was a little too high and it was a double team, right? And that run defense is just atrocious when you see it because these guys were just being able to see gap, hit gap, and we've been having issues with filling gap and our guys beyond the LOS being walked back. Now, that's a bad rep on Jay Toya. What I can say is when you start talking about an object that's being moved, look at all of these guys right here. Look at the LOS started right here, the line of scrimmage, man. And all of these guys are pushing our guys up out of the club, and it's just crazy. Boom. Look at the penetration here. You want to see this in any good running situation? If you're looking at it from this aspect of it, it's terrible. Keep in mind, man, we have the ability on defense to add more bodies than they can block. Offensive linemen, they have five guys. That's the only guys that they have, right? And you have the ability to load the box with 7. You have the ability to load the box with 6, which will be more than 5, right? But your guys got to shoot off and get off and penetrate, and they got to clog their run lanes, right? And this guy's out of position. Whoop! He gonna cut back inside, and you're seeing this guy get manhandled. Like this is no good. All right, so this guy right here, let's see if he can fill gap. Let's see if he can fill in and make this play right here. And let's see what happens. Boom. And he gets additional yards. So it was a good stop by him, but let's see what happened off of this one. Appreciate everybody for jumping in and tuning in. It's Jay Toya right here, number 93. All right. Let's see if he's going to disengage. See if he's going to be able to get off his release here. You're seeing it from a different angle. Disengage. Boy getting moved all the way back, man. Jay! Shoulders turned. That's not fair. They got 2-on-1 right there. Always from 58. Let's see. He's fighting for his life, okay? Let's see what have disengaged. Too much of a conversation. Job by the offensive lineman keeping his hands inside, right? If he had his hands on the outside, they'll call a flag. But it's wide open right here. Busted wide open. Damn good counter. Oh, boy, why you had to do the man like that? Why you had to do the man like Frenkel? Where we can call Frenkel right now. I can't watch this no more since we pressured for time. Oh, my gosh, man. If y'all ever in a car wreck like this.
It starts from the first phone call. Most of the time, you're going to talk to Gene.
Out and look at the vehicle, witness statements, photos, the whole thing.
Call Frenkel first.
Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frenkel first.
Yes, indeed. Be sure to reach out to our partners, Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers. They're located here in the heart of Dallas. They have a combined of over 100 years of experiences. Experience is what you need. Like I always say, that new broom can sweep the floor good, but that old broom can get those corners, and sometimes you need that old broom. You need that old broom to get it out. And they've been around for over 100 years. They know how to take great care of you, not advantages of you. So reach out to our partners, Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers. If you can't dial that number, visit FrenkelFirm.com, Cowboy Nation. The phone line, the hotline is open for your mind. And if you really want to speak to me on football, my number, 657-390-7391. That's the phone line, hotline for your mind, Cowboy Nation. Woo, that tape right there, man, is wild. It's wild. But what we got to do here, ladies and gentlemen, is when we look back at everything from one week to another, can this guy improve? Can we improve with D-line? Now, I'm not here to beat up any of these guys. Figure out a way to get a defensive tackle. And trust me, even though on this play he's saying it's away from Mozzie, we still need help on that interior. This is at Mozzie. This is according to him, right? Running back cuts off from the gap. We're just not seeing. That's a good gap filler by 38. 38 did his job on that. This is at Jay. They ran right at him all day. Let's see what they do. He's just too high off of his release there. That's too high. Got to get lower. That pad level stuff, man, is going to help him out. The 210 you in on the hotline, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. What you got for me?
Hey, what's up, Law, my guy? CJ, man. Been watching you, man, for a couple of years, man. I can't lie, that's just a guy too, bro.
Appreciate you.
I just wanted to just call in, man, and run it with you on what you've been talking about. You know, like I said, I've been following you for the longest, man.
Right.
This is actually my first call in. You know, it's a good thing to be able to talk to you and say, let's talk football.
Let's talk.
Check this out. About the Mozzie situation and Big J situation.
Right.
All right. I feel like this, bro. Just looking at this, okay, if I got to judge off of what I seen preseason and then the little scrimmage practice, right?
Right.
If I just got to base something off of it, this is what I see. The scheme, it just ain't going. The scheme, it's going to be the scheme, man. Because you want them to fly field, you want them to fly up and rip, just like you just got to saying on your field, on the film right there. You want your DT to fly off the field. You want them to rip, right?
And yep.
You're not reading that. So it's gonna be easy if you go back and you watch that film. The Rams ran duo all day long. So it was double T.
What they do is when you're saying duo, the guys to win the one-on-ones from there, and what they're doing is doing a lot of. You can see some GT counters here. You can showcase everything, but they was able to run that ball easily inside though. But keep going. You work.
Okay. Now check this out right here. Now with that being said, check this out right here. With that being said, okay, by them running the duos the way that they running the duos, I'm just saying, okay, they putting the two man on our big man.
Right.
But we still asking our big man to try to rip between these two dudes. So that's why I said I don't know if I'm gonna be able to honestly trust the scheme. But man, I'm a fan.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a fan like this. Man, I don't care if Parsons stay or go.
Yeah.
You know, I would rather have him around. You know what I'm saying? I would rather have him around. But you know, I'm a fan. You see what I'm saying? So I got to be. And then that ain't how it's gonna go down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm not saying get rid of Mozzie. You know, I feel like Big J, you know, he got his work in.
He do.
He got his work in. He played a lot of that game.
Right.
A lot of that game.
When you look at Jay Toya, all right, so what do he do ultimately better than Mozzie? He gets off his release. But the problem is, even though he gets off his release good, he's still a rookie. He's a late round draft pick, and he playing a little bit too high. And he's not as strong. Right. He's not as strong as he's supposed to be. He's a rookie. So
and it got ugly. You know, it kind of got a little ugly later in the game for him because he had played so many snaps, and then you could see the conditioning kind of did catch up with him.
It did.
You know what I'm saying? But I think also I want to touch on this.
Hold on. Before you go to that, Ernest played pretty good. The other guy, he did pretty good at what? Yeah, 51. He was quick. He got a bull rush move. I think that if y'all could put his measurables down, I think he's more of a 3-tech though. You know, he's not as big as Burley, and the Cowboys, they're not going to do any 2-gapping. I think that based off of what you're saying, you said you don't like the scheme. I think that you like a 2-gap scheme better than 1-gap. You don't like the shoot, get upfield, get to the quarterback type of situation.
Okay, check this out right here. Maybe he need to mix it up. Maybe every fruit need to mix it up. What I'm saying is, just mix it up. How
you going 2-gap with somebody that's like 300 pounds though? You know, 290 to 300.
That's what I'm saying.
You gonna have the size.
That's when we gonna need to. That's when we really gonna need to use Big Toya. I mean, hey, big Toya, Mozzie. But what I'm saying is, if we just constantly flying up there, we're gonna always, you know, it's gonna be some stuff open, man. That's all I'm saying. It's gonna be some running lanes open. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Because what the Rams did, and yeah, granted, that was our backup. I get that. Granted, that was our backups. I get that. You know what I'm saying? But depth is a key part of the team. Depth is the key part of the team. I feel like we on the gap. I feel like you got 22 players, right? I'm gonna say 11 on defense, 11 on offense. That's 22. All right. So we know 22 players is good. We about know that. You know what I'm saying? We got our starting 11 on both sides. All right. Now let's get off into the depth. We get to going into the depth. Well, we about 30 players good to a 53-man roster.
I see where you're going with it, bro.
You see what I'm saying? Listen, I done checked out a lot of different channels, heard people speak about this, speak about that, blah, 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 this, blah, blah, blah. I can't put everything on Jerry, you know what I'm saying, about this, about that, blah, blah, blah. Because those players got to play the game, regardless who coaching them. And you know, the IQ comes into play with a lot of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's coaching or whether it's the play. But not to get out the subject, not to get sidetracked. But what about the other 23 of the roster? Because we gonna need to lean on that depth. See, we can complain all day about our D tackles. Man, we just might have to rotate them at a high speed. We might just need to go 4-5 deep.
The thing is, we have to allow patience for one, right? And I know we going off of first preseason game, and there's not a lot of tape. We do look at our personnel staff, and what we have Denzel Daxon, probably our biggest guy on that line. Him and Jay Toya.
That's one.
So
Toya, that's two.
These are guys that's going to have to figure out a way. And they're going to have to learn on the job, because the reason why people are looking at the Joneses is because we as fans, we see the issue. We understand the problem. We have historical data that's on our side to say that the last teams in the last 30 years to win the Super Bowl, they didn't have their team built like this team. Now, although we are top heavy, meaning that could we win this year? Yes. If we up by 2 scores, Man, you can start putting small guys out there on the front. We don't need big bodies. So but you're gonna have your offense. You're gonna have your offense as your defense, meaning that you're gonna have to run the ball and control the clock. So
you have to be home, and you have to be home and know how to bleed the clock and all that good stuff. Yeah, you're right.
But the problem is from the 210. The problem is that can work during the regular season, but when you get to the postseason. Teams
can. That's what. In the comments, I made a comment. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm speaking about the. We know we got 30 players that's going to be able to contribute. We about know that we got 30 players. We look at our roster. Now, what about the other 23? You see what I'm saying? And not cutting y'all off.
No, you good. You good. I can tell you want to get all of this out. I know you want to get it all out, but go ahead.
Yeah. But that's. I feel like they'll go get some pieces. I do feel like this right here. They gonna bring some additions to the team. I don't know if it's gonna be after this week. Or because they'll do some cuts probably after this preseason game, right? It'll be a little cuts, and then the last preseason game, that's when they go on to trim it on down to the 53, right? Rick?
Yeah, it's after that, man. But I appreciate you for calling in, man. Let me lock you in, man. What's your name, bro?
CJ,
CJ.
Hey, check this out right here, man.
Where you from? Where you from too, man? Where you from too?
Man, I'm from a little small town, man. Right outside of Hooks, Texas, man.
Okay, Hooks, Texas.
Yeah, Hooks, Texas.
Because there's a lot of CJs. But go ahead.
Let me say this right here, man. I believe. I believe in my little team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I believe in my little team. But check this out right here. Lil Fine need to be a starter. You don't need to run Jack Sanborn out there. Hey, I watched him in the practice. He just a tig little slow. He just a tig little. Look like he got good instincts.
Right.
I can't take that from him. But when I'm looking at the physical, the athleticism, he look like he's just gonna be a tick. He gonna be one of them players like, man, he was right there. He almost had the ball. And Everflew's gonna run with his guy because he brought him over. But Lil Five, he that guy. Yeah. He watch what he did in that pre. Watch how he come down there thumping them running back. Thumping them receivers. Get out of my way. Boom, right. I got something I got to do. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Man, that attitude, man. And that right there, that ain't going to turn that defense up. Yep. See, that's going to turn the defense. He can help make up for some of the D-line. He can help make up.
No doubt.
He can help make up. And the other one's playing together with it.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you calling in, CJ, man. Thank you, bro.
Yeah, appreciate you, buddy.
Hey, hold on. Let me hear you say it. He hung up. I was too late on it. His phone was breaking up anyway. But shout out to CJ, man, from Hooks, Texas, man. Y'all let me know whether or not that's East Texas or, some other part of Texas. It may be East Texas. But I'm going to say this, though. Your linebackers is part of the front seven. And some of those plays where, those gaps should be filled at, maybe a veteran linebacker or a linebacker with good skill set can fill those holes, right? So we will find out down the stretch. It's just too soon. Now, granted, Mozzie play with high pad levels and get off the ball a little bit slow. Jay Toya, he's a rookie. So it's going to be growing pains with him. Normally, like I said, it takes 2 to 3 years. And if it takes 2 to 3 years for a first-rounder defensive tackle, how many years you think it may take for a late-round defensive tackle? Not to say Jay Toya will be trash or anything, but it's going to be growing pains. And if you trying to have all of that stuff, it's just going to wane on you, man, especially if you're playing with spare parts. And it's extremely hard to decipher what a team is going to look like preseason 1. All we have to do is look at the resume of the defensive coordinator. Lean on that. That's all I can say with that. If Matt Eberflus, historically speaking, always finished out on top 10 or top 15 in defense, respectfully, and this team is more talented than the team of the Colts, and in my opinion, just mine, I think that this team is more talented than the Chicago Bears last season. And they finished out 12th in defense, something like that, last year. Then we okay. Let's not overanalyze one game. Allow Matt Eberflus, because he probably doing his evaluation. It looks bad. It looks bad right now. But allow him to do his evaluation. But what we're saying collectively also is that the entirety of the staff just got to be true with the Joneses and let them know that if Mozzie is not good and it's not coaching that's going to correct this, then they will have to move swiftly with this and make sure that they bring in somebody that can help this team out, right? And that's how I'm looking at it. I got smoke one for you for the 9-10. I appreciate you for sending me those clips too, bro. You're live on the Nation.
Hey, what's up there, Law? How you doing, bro?
Man, I'm doing great. Doing great.
Man, that Denzel clip was all that, wasn't it, brother?
Yeah.
Oh, my God, bro. Is that what it takes for big old man Jerry Jones to understand that, man, that if he sees it, what you think your whole fan base sees, bro?
Like, oh, yeah.
Golly, bro. But anyway, man, preseason is preseason to me. You know, just watching, evaluate, see who's doing good, see who's doing bad. You know, just take it for what it is, man. It's preseason. But, I mean, we need to play the ones in this game, bro. We need to play on one at least once or twice. At least once or twice.
Starters.
Yeah, it's play the starters. You don't play the starters for the first or second series. Just take them out, man. But we need to know what we got. Like, what we're looking at. How our running backs look. How our first-team offensive line look. How back is looking with CeeDee and Pickens. I mean, we got to see how it looks. And everybody is just haven't seen it yet. Yeah. So that's why they're going off about it right now. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So, I mean, we got to tip of what it is, bro. I mean, if Jerry Jones is going to be who he is. We know Michael's going to get paid. We go through this every year. So I don't know why everybody's going out tripping about it. I understand. Get your frustration out.
Yeah.
Let it all hang out. But listen, let things be how it is, brother. I've been dealing with it for how many years now, Law? Come on.
Yeah, man. It's been the same. Like yeah. Most people would say, hey, I mean, you ain't getting the results, man. Stop it, you know. But to be fair to Jerry, he's getting the results that he wants.
That he wants.
He's getting the money.
That he wants. Yeah, he getting the money.
You know, success, I'm trying to tell people, success is very subjective. In his mind, he's successful. Since the last time we won the Super Bowl, think of the success that he was able to accumulate that no other owner can claim. The $3.5 billion play plan that he got in Frisco, and the $4 billion now valued at the stadium in Arlington is valued increase. It didn't decrease. It's like $4 or $5 billion now. Yes, that's what people don't see.
And his business property outside of that, he owns warehouses and stuff like that. I mean, he owns all kind of stuff, bro. Right. I mean, once the money started coming in, and it's like a flowing river. You think he gonna stop that?
Right.
Come on, people. Yeah. Think about it, man. Oh my goodness. Like people not using their brain, man. Like if this was you and you're doing the same thing and your money's flowing in like that, would you stop doing it?
No. But if you are in love with the team, right? Like yep. If you're that's the counter. Like he's not in love with the team. He's in love with the money.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
But you gotta have. Do you believe any of those Jones boys, especially the young ones in Charlotte or something like that? You believe that they in love with the team?
Right. Oh no. They love
what I'm
they
saying?
love what the team can bring. They don't love what the team is, because they would have told Dad, "Hey, Dad, man, won't you just sit down a little bit? We got people that can be put in those positions to do that, right?"
That's what I'm saying, Lord. That's what I'm saying. No, if people that scared of their granddaddy to not tell this man this, come on.
Now this is all they know though. Like the grandkids, this is all they know though, because none of them 30. You know what I'm saying? So all of the grandkids, they looking at it like this is the Cowboys way of whatever granddad is doing. We just support him. He put the foundation on their back. So it's just for what it is. So when you look at
me that we're gonna be the same for the rest of our lives.
not to say for the rest of our lives, but it's just a different approach to it. It's just that it's going to be harder for us to win, versus any other organization. Like for example, and I hate to use them, the team that just won the Super Bowl. A third of the Eagle fans that probably don't even know what he sounds like, the owner, right? But they know for sure that Howie Roseman is their GM, and if he don't get his act together, that they will declare that he get fired, right? And someone else in that spot. So he's always in an uncomfortable chair. We don't have that here. It's a comfortable, suitable chair for us. You know what I'm saying with the Joneses, and that's the problem right there. So we are fighting against someone who's hungry versus someone that's not, and it's sad, but it is what it is, bro. Yeah.
Man, you hit it right on the head, brother. Hey, you can't say it no better than that, man. I appreciate that.
Man, I thank you, man, for your support, bro.
All right.
But let me hear you say it.
Hey,
let me hear you say it.
Hey. Go Cowboys!
Yes,
hey, all your fans, stop going crazy. Get here. Holler.
Yes, indeed. That's my guy, Smoke One, for you. And Jabbar says the whole Jones family is killing our Dallas Cowboys. Well, it's a situation. That's all I can say. It's a situation. Seabass says 31 other teams don't have to operate this way. They don't operate this way. Tell me again, why is that we have so much faith and belief in the Jones way? And it goes all the way back. It goes all the way back to what Denzel Washington said. And it's not to beat the team up, but this is not debatable. It's not debatable. When he said what he said, that's why it's viral. Let me see. Let me play it again for those who just tuned in.
I don't like what Dallas is doing. I know they're making a lot of money, and I'm happy for the owner, but the fans ain't happy. I've been a fan. I grew up in Mount Vernon, uptown.
Money earning.
The Red Raiders, we were the Red Raiders in the 60s. I was the running back, and we used to shift like the Cowboys.
Landry.
So I said, oh, the Cowboys play like us.
Right.
I've been a Cowboy fan since the 60s. He's making it hard for me.
He ain't lying.
Not to be a fan, because I'm still a Cowboy fan. I'm still going to have the star on the side of the hat.
See, he's still going to have that star on the side of the hat. He was a fan of this team before Jerry Jones bought the team. I was a fan of this team before Jerry Jones bought the team. Jerry Way, when he first went and bought this team, it was all about winning. I think he had a statement on his open presser. We will win. Winning is the bottom line. The bottom line is no longer winning. After you done got what you done got, you know what I'm saying? You no longer, that honeymoon phase, you no longer do the things that you supposedly to do. I'm trying to keep it PG-13, but y'all give it what I'm saying. And what makes this a viral situation is the simple fact that we all see this. We all see and we all understand this. Just like when I go back right here, I go click this right here, and where Jerry, here we go. What Jerry said,
I do believe if we're not being looked at, then I'll do my part to get us looked at. The Cowboys are a soap opera 365
The
days a
stream
year.
will begin
When it gets slow,
momentarily.
I'll stir it up.
Please take your
And
seats.
so it's wonderful to have the great athletes, have the great players, but there's something more there. There's sizzle, there's emotion, and if you will, there's controversy. That controversy is good stuff in terms of keeping and having people's attention.
It's not good for us. It's not good for us, though. I got from the 682, Jay, you're live on The Nation. Talk to me.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Not much, bro.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
It's been a minute, Jay Smooth, man. It's been a minute.
That's what I'm talking about. Call it out like that.
Yeah.
Man. No, I just want to talk to you real quick about some of the things, man. Let's just hit right at it. We all know the problem in the equation. 29 years of it. Coaches been changed. Quarterbacks, running backs, still the same ownership.
Mm-hmm.
If Jerry gonna do his thing, Jerry be operating on hope. He hope that nobody figure out what he's doing. Right. That's what he do. Yeah. Hey, he gonna continue what he doing all the time.
You know, have you ever heard of this guy named Madoff? He had a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah.
Hold on. Hold tight. I got a super chat. Hold on.
$5.
Hold on, I got a super chat.
If we aren't being looked at, I will make up some bullshit. Jerry nonsense.
Yeah, so basically, if we're not being looked at, Jerry will make up something, right? And shout out to TJ Diz. And what happened with a Ponzi scheme, it works. It absolutely works until people, the investors, the people to put their money in, Jay Smooth, when they start asking for their money, like, hey, I see the returns are great. Let me pull out $40,000 so I can start investing elsewhere. That's when the Ponzi scheme begins to shake up a little bit. So when Jerry, he's running a professional Ponzi scheme, and now that when he get called out, he start to deflect and he say, well, hey, we the winning this team since 1998, or hey, then he starts showcasing, well, I got 3 Super Bowl rings. Name me another owner that have one that's alive, right? And there's not no other owner with 3 Super Bowl rings that's alive outside of Robert Kraft, I believe. So it's just, or I guess the guy that owns the Steelers. But it is what it is. I don't know if Looney or Rooney is still alive, but you guys get what I'm saying, that Jerry is running a professionalized Ponzi scheme. And it's okay because we're just sitting here trying to out-survive him. Because we still going to love the Cowboys whether or not he's the owner or not. But keep going.
Oh, yeah, man. I've been a fan ever since 86. Yeah. Like when we had the Liquor Rumble table, man. So I know what's up. Hey, I remember them dark days. But you know what? I'm going to speak on something, man. Mm-hmm. I know everybody want Micah to get his contract. That's cool. But I thought about something the other day. Remember D-Law? D-Law had to get franchise tagged twice.
Right.
18 and then 19.
Right.
Then that got franchised in 20 and 21. Mm-hmm. So this ain't nothing new for them. They'll be like, oh, if it's gonna keep the Cowboys name in everybody's mind.
Right.
To let it play out. And then if they don't pay him this season, I wouldn't be surprised. Because then that's just going to keep it up the same way they did with D-Law. Well, because technically he under contract. Right. I mean, and then they can tag him 2 more times. And it is what it is. But with that being said, man, I like that quote you said, though. You said it's a difference between a person that's hungry and starving and a person that's full. That's a good question. A good quote.
Yeah.
And that's basically what Jerry be doing, man. Jerry is full on himself.
He's full.
This is where I done it. This is where I always gonna do it. Let me ask you a quick question.
Go ahead.
Before you press on. I'm thinking about a quarterback that went to the Super Bowl one time. Went to the divisional round after that. And I think he might have made it to the NFC Championship game one more time. And I'm looking at Dak Prescott. And I'm thinking, if this quarterback had made it to the Super Bowl and won that one early in his career, would they talk about Dak and him in the same kind of light? That's Aaron Rodgers. Because outside of that first Super Bowl that he got, he ain't whiffed at nothing. He's been choking ever since. In the playoffs.
Yeah.
Just some food for thought. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
He's a great thrower of the ball, though. I got to give him that. He a highlight reel. But, yeah. Just saying. Just asking a little friendly question.
No doubt, Jay. I appreciate you for calling in. Good call from you, bro.
All right.
Good call from Jay Smooth. We are in a ring culture now. You get the ring, that's all that matters. All it takes is one ring. Eli Manning will be in the Hall of Fame because he got 2 rings. But all it takes technically is one ring and all is forgiven. You'll forever be known as a Super Bowl winning quarterback. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how your career shapes up from here on out. You'll forever be remembered, right? So Aaron Rodgers, the greatest arm that we know, right? One of the better quarterbacks we've seen throw the ball all around the field. That one ring will forever be cemented in the mindset that he can't do no wrong, right? And it gives him unlimited lives. Stafford, took him 13 years, 13 seasons. That one ring on a loaded team will forever go down in the history that he's by far one of the better quarterbacks to ever play this game because of that one ring. We are in the years of ring culture, right? And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And it's just going to be for what it is, Cowboy Nation. That's the argument for all of the Eagles fans, too, that they truly believeth that Jalen Hurts is better than Joe Burrow, because they're going to say, hey, he got a ring. Joe Burrow's been to the Super Bowl and lost and never won. Their quarterback did. So if you talk to Eagle fans, they would literally say, Jalen Hurts is better than Burrows. Jalen Hurts is better than Josh Allen. Jalen Hurts is better than Lamar Jackson because they have a ring. But if you insert Burrows on the Eagles, he would have had a ring. Lamar Jackson, if you put him on the Eagles last year, he would have had a ring, right? But that's just how it is. Fortunately, we have a team that no other team had to fight themselves. So we had to fight ourselves, fight to get our players to get the money, and then we had to fight the teams that's within our confines of our division, right? So it's just difficult. It's more difficult for us to win anything opposed to any other team because of the finite thing. We got an owner that loves the spotlight and create controversies when even it is not even warranted. I got the 945. You're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
Hey, this Long Way Jay.
Long Way Jay, man. Back-to-back Jays, man. What's good with you, man? What you got for me, man?
Hey, man, I was trying to talk about what they're going to do as the third corner option, man. Because we know we got Elam. We know we got Bland. But who is really the third dude that's going to be there? Because we know Revel out, Diggs out. So who is the dude that's going to step up as the third corner?
Although I'm fighting for Izzy to get a shot at it, that means that ultimately.
Izzy is a safety, man.
Yeah.
Izzy is a safety, man.
I get you on that, but can he play slot, or do you want to only keep him on top of the roof?
Yeah, I only keep him that's where he thrive at. That's when he made plays when he first came in the preseason a couple years ago, and as we seen the other day, he was playing at the safety position.
I'll give you that. The postseason game that he played unbelievable in versus Tom Brady.
Oh,
what spot he?
Playoff game?
Yeah, playoff. Yeah, playoff game. He played in that slot spot because someone got hurt or banged up or something like that, and they rewarded.
I don't remember him trying, but okay.
They rewarded him by benching him the next game though. That's the Cowboys way. I don't know, man. To be fair with you. If it's a third cornerback that we're looking for, they're not on this team. there's somebody that's going to get cut and bring it.
Josh Butler had that one game against Washington last year. Since we're going to talk about one game, Josh Butler had that game against Washington last year when he was doing that mime BS. I was like, he killing it out here.
Yep.
Shutting down Noah Brown.
Yep. I think Josh could be that guy, but he's coming back off of an injury. He's recovering, right? So he's not going to be ready week 1. And he's my dog, man. Josh, my guy, right? So
we seen him do it. Yeah, we seen him do it.
Yeah, so we know he can and he's capable of it. But I'm looking for Josh to be an impact maybe late October, November, if I'm just being real with you. You know what I'm saying? So we still need help. You've got 4 games in August, right? So in September, I meant to say. So you got to get ready. You got to be prepared. And we got divisional games.
Yeah, and I own it. You've been on his head today. But I own it is the reason we don't have Gilly.
Yeah. And you got reservations on from what Brian Broader said that Gilly can't walk or can't run. Yeah. Yeah.
Is he hurt? I mean, dang, Gilly hurt?
They're just saying father time.
Oh, man. That dude younger than both of us, man. What you talking about?
Put him out there, man.
Gilly still got it. He had a good season with Minnesota. Minnesota defense was good last year.
Yeah. Bring him in for a cup of coffee. I think that he's still better. He'll display better work than what we've seen out of Andre, right?
Right. Yeah. Like you said, he probably ain't on this team. I would go a 3 safety look with throw Easy out there on that. With Dono, have Dono more in the box, because Dono gonna hit everything.
All right, so Zion Childress, what do you think of him?
I seen some tape on him today. That's funny that you he had a low key good game the other day, because I didn't see nobody play good on defense except Leofow. Friday. Was that? Saturday we played. But I seen some film on Zion. Zion is pretty good.
So you can look like this, rip the Band-Aid off, pray that, because we do like our guys, and they like to be the smartest, people in the room and say, hey, look what we found out of the undrafted free agency situation.
Yeah.
And you could literally have Bland and Elam on the outside, and then you have Zion as your nickel.
Okay. Well, yeah.
He's feisty.
He had one game.
He's quick.
He had one game. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a hitter. So you getting, not saying that he's J. Lou, but that's what J. Lou kind of like in the same mold, like a feisty guy that's willing to tackle inside the slot with 2-way goals. So maybe you put Zion there if he continues to excel. This game will be a telltale sign if he can continue to marry up what he did week 1. If they don't want Izzy there.
If he can build on game 1, I'm with that.
Yeah,
if
build
he can build on game 1.
Yep.
He played decent. Yep. I seen the PF grades. He wasn't at the top. It was like 2 people that had above 70.
Yeah.
On our defense.
Yep. So we'll find out, man. Down the stretch. What else you got for me, man, Jay? A long way, Jay. What else you got?
Oh man, I want to talk about Mozzie. I mean,
okay. What's your thoughts?
The parts that we are like, he kind of one of the what you call. I like when you said low hanging fruits. He people don't talk about his grade and then ranking as a pass rushing D tackle instead of like all around or against the run. You know what I'm saying? But as far as his pass rush, he's up there with the top, like last year, like far as ranking in PF grades.
I think that's not where our issue is at. Our issue is primarily on stopping the run when you start talking about this defense. I think that when you get Parsons back on the field and you have everybody else like Donovan Ezaraku and Fowler, we have no problems getting to the quarterback this year. And technically last year we had no problems. The problem would be,
we haven't had that in a while.
The problem would be, can you stop the run when teams realize, we can just run it. So that's where Mozzie and the interior is at. And that's why the first caller was saying that basically, CJ was saying that basically he don't like the scheme. And it's going to be back to the one gap scheme. It's going to be shooting, getting upfield, see if you can harass the quarterback. But I just got to lean on the historical data of Matt Eberflus. Everywhere he's been a top tier on defense. So that's the only thing that's going to give me a little grace and mercy on this defensive line is the resume.
Yeah, it's looking bad for him as far as overall, because I think we got linemen that's defensive tackles that's better than him. Like, everybody look better.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I think what it is, we just need to stop drafting linemen out of Michigan.
Yeah, I feel you'll get some get these SEC guys, man. Come on, get these guys from the South, man. Bring the real guys that can stop stuff, man. You know, yeah. But I appreciate you, Long Way. What else you got before I let Big Amish on the show?
Ah, man, I could go all day, man. Let me go ahead and let you go to the next person, man. I gotta go anyway, but I'm always rocking with you, Long. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to keep it going. And you need to let them boys at the Super Friends have it. Like, you be a little nice to them for me, man.
Man,
I need to let them have it. But not hey,
hold on. You see, I had no room last year, sure. You know, I had no room to talk noise last year. I'm sitting here like, God, dog. But I try to give Bad Dog something, you know.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, we still got him and Louis T, because when we still beat them when it was we beat Washington out there, you know, with Cooper Rush.
Man, but you see what I had to fight, man. Shoot,
Jaden
Daniels, one of them ones. He's one of them ones. Jaden Daniels, you know.
Yeah, and they think he going back to the NFC Championship or Super Bowl. Like, they think it's just that easy. I remember when we first got that, we thought we was on our way.
Yeah. But see, the difference is between the two is that they added pieces around Jaden Daniels. They taken away pieces when Dak went into his second season. All we did is added a taco. And, of course, the Washington team, they need to pay Terry McLaurin, and he requested a trade. So we'll see how all of that work out. We got a lot of content with Super Friends. And we in the group chat right now. We're trying to figure out what time frame they can be allowed together so we can get things going. Yep.
Man, well, take it easy, Law. I'm calling from North Dallas, man.
No doubt, man. Well, come on down to the practice on the 19th and the 20th. They have an open practice at the Frisco.
Oh, okay, for sure. I ain't never been to one of them. I might check it out.
It's free $99. You just gotta get there.
Yeah, that's the perfect range right there. It's not that $300 they got you paying, man. I might have to shoot you something.
Hey, man, we take all, man, even the EBT cards, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Already, man.
No doubt, man. That's Long Way Jay, man. Always a good supporter of the channel and beyond. Yeah, man, y'all get what I'm saying. And this not to beat up. I hope, and I know the participation is very low today. The viewership is down because I guess we talking negative by having the title Jerry Jones. It's the number one problem, plus training camp and preseason Q&A. The participation, the viewerships is down and everything. I get it, right? I appreciate y'all so much for y'all support, those who've been rocking with me. It's a shame we'd have over 100,000 subscribers, but only 200 people are here watching. That's wild work right there. But I appreciate y'all regardless. I'm going to give y'all the same show, whether it's 1,000 people watching or it's just the 200 people that's watching. Neither here nor there. I got Big Amish, man, from the 202. You're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
How about them Cowboys? Y'all.
How about them, man? Appreciate you.
And thank you for the opportunity and your content. Out of Oxnard, I would watch you all the time.
Appreciate you.
I really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
So I appreciate you. I want to talk about Micah and a quarterback statistic. But before I get into that, look, Jerry Jones knows what it takes to win. He's done it already. You don't forget that. Unless you lost your mind. Maybe he has. But he knows the formula. But he just has different priorities. I think that's clear. So we'll leave. And we got a lot of more personnel moves going. But what I want to talk about regarding Micah is some other content creators would give would throw shade on Micah because of his production, right?
Wow.
And I would hear, oh, he only got 12 or 14 sacks. That's not leading the league and all this stuff. He doesn't deserve the most. But keep in mind the value he has. What value did Charles Haley have on those Super Bowl rings that Jerry has? He has his imprint on all those Super Bowl rings, every one of them. And he didn't lead the league in sacks, but he was the MVP of that defense in a way.
In a way.
He led that defensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Right? What do you think about? I'm just saying that. So we need Micah back. No matter what he says, I know he's coming back, and he's going to pay him whatever he needs. And we're going to see a Micah that we haven't seen before, because I think he was held back, maybe from other players. But he's the young lion who's going to fulfill his destiny.
Most certainly. I look at it like this. You know for sure you got a double-digit sack guy. And he got more pros than his cons, right? And we do get the game of Jerry, what he said, that if viewership is low, he's going to create this, right? And he's probably loving this right now. And he's probably loving this. Like at the end of the day, he probably smiled when Denzel said that, because this is going to bring attention back to the star.
100%. You're absolutely right.
Uh-huh.
But yeah. And just to look at Micah, he would be doubled and triple teamed, just like Charles Haley.
Correct.
So he's produced, and so his value is, it's not recognized as much. So you can't go by sack totals. Because if he really was about sack totals, I think he would be able to be that number one sack leader.
Yeah,
but it would be a whole different team doing that. All right, so the other statistic, now this, I'm not trying to throw any shade on our quarterback.
Right.
But I got to give you one statistic. When I looked at this, I'm like, man, here it is. There's only been one quarterback. Now, the statistic could be very helpful, too, because this is the year to do it. And that is, there's only been one quarterback who, by his 10th year, has never gone past a divisional round and won a Super Bowl. There's only been one. And that person is Matt Stafford. So he had a change of scenery.
Right.
But we don't have a change of scenery here, but we can get a change of personnel. That's always what we were pounding the table for.
Right.
So I think the pieces are in place. Hopefully you could get some additional pieces on defense. We know where that's lacking. On offense, I think our running back house is full. Hopefully there's going to be some trades. We can't keep all those running backs.
Right.
But I do love Mighty Mouse. I got to tell you, I love Mighty Mouse Deuce Vaughn, and I want him to stay.
Yeah.
That's for personal reasons. I really, so I want him to stay because I think he has a superpower that we've not seen. And I hate letting players go where they flourish outside of the Dallas Cowboys. I just don't want to see that anymore.
Oh, yeah. Well,
that's pretty much.
Man, you right on the money with it, Big Amish, man. I thank you so much for calling that. Can you let the people hear it?
How about them Cowboys, y'all?
Appreciate you, man. That's Big Amish, man. Great insights to that. The Dak Prescott thing and the Micah Parsons, they are much so two of the same. Micah Parsons is the Dak Prescott of the defense, and Dak Prescott is the Micah Parsons of the offense. The postseason numbers from production-wise from Parsons, 4 games, 1 sack. Y'all get what I'm going. Great coaches utilize that as a strength, not a weakness. If I know that in a game that your number one goal is to game plan Parsons, then I should be able to counter and figure out a way so that my other guys can be winning when they all game plan Parsons. I get it. Parsons is not Charles Haley. But to be fair to Parsons, he didn't have the Jimmy Johnson. He didn't have the great coaching on his side. So if we're going to compare players, we got to compare the entire deal, right? We didn't have a Jimmy Johnson here, right? We started off when the Dak Prescott era started is with Jason Garrett, who's no longer coaching in the National Football League. And then from there, we went with Mike McCarthy, who's no longer coaching in the National Football League. To this point, all three of us, me, Mike McCarthy, and Jason Garrett, can go apply for an NFL job head coach, and we all three get the same answer. And that's no. Matter of fact, I probably get a little leg up before Jason Garrett. They probably say, hey, you know what? We see what Jason can do. Let's give this shot. Let's give this guy a shot with the beard, man. Let's see what he can do. And at the end of the day, our expectations with all of these particular coaches is still the same. Super Bowl, right? And we haven't even got a super fork, a super plate, or none of that stuff, right? So that's where we're at, Cowboy Nation, unfortunately. So we will see how Schottenheimer, who's been in the building once before with Mike McCarthy, let's see how he can get this team going in the right direction. We talked about culture and how they're going to be able to be ramped up more. Well, we got a home preseason game, and we will have our eyes wide open to the culture. Will this team have their heads down? Will they have lack of enthusiasm? Will they show us something with energy? And we will see this weekend and the next weekend. In game one, can we be spoilers versus the Eagles? The Eagles got to defend that Super Bowl champ. They got to they're defending Super Bowl champs now. People going to give the Eagles their best shot, like they give the Cowboys. Because keep in mind, every year we defending the name of America's team. People are always going to give us their best shot. They know we on primetime video. They know the 4-ladder, the 3-ladder networks going to talk continuously about us. So we'll find out, ladies and gentlemen, what Schottenheimer can bring to the table. I got from the 901, you're live on the Nation, brought to you by RogueShop. Talk to me.
What's up, Law Nation?
Not much, bro.
Let me pick you up. Let me pick you up. Let me pick up the Nation real quick. Shout out Law Nation. Shout out Memphis. Shout out Glorilla. Shout out Young Dolph. Shout out 8-Ball and MJG. Memphis in the house.
Yes, indeed. Shout out to him.
Let me pick y'all up, man. Y'all a little low, man. Let me pick y'all up.
Hey.
Don't believe the hype, man. Don't believe the hype. They waiting on Micah Parsons because the old boy in Cincinnati ain't signed yet. Why we gonna sign Micah now just so the dude in Cincinnati can come and get 50,000, 30,000 more than him? They waiting on Cincinnati to sign old boy for the Bengals, and then we gonna sign Mike. I'm not worried about that. What I would like Micah to do is put the pads on, and hit something. I know he's off to the side, bad back. Nah, and everybody plays Saturday. Dak take the ball down the field, score, throw a little fade to Pickens, man. Everybody plays Saturday. Let's go. That's all I got. Memphis in the house.
All right. That's Memphis Tennessee, man. Shout out to all of those people. And this is what we're saying. Like, Trey Hendrickson's is about 4 or 5 years older. He's about 4 or 5 years older than Micah Parsons. Now, he's been averaging 18 sacks a season. Let the AI speak on it.
Warren Duncan, $20. Law, after seeing that clip of Jerry talking about sizzle, I'm very disappointed that he feels like that and never mentioned winning amongst it all. Honestly, now I think D-Law was onto something looking from the inside.
Yeah, and I appreciate you, Warren Duncan. That's the part that pains us. It's like, I need Parsons to get these reps. I need Parsons. Let me break this down to y'all. It's a trickle-down effect. By Parsons not practicing, not a game, but not practicing, first and foremost, he's not going to be in NFL shape, going up and going through those reps, right? Secondly, the reps that he would normally generate is a drop-off for that left tackle or right tackle that he normally going up against. So they would not get that rep of going up against a kind of a caliber of a speed to power edge rusher like a Parsons, right? And then thirdly, it damages and ruins the mindset of said player. There's nothing greater than walking into a room when you are appreciated, right? There's nothing much greater than knowing that your loved ones are absolutely in love with you. To be able to be accepted with warm embrace. But now that if you walk into a room and it's that quiet feeling and it's that tensions, he mentioned that I would like to be traded 10 or 11 days ago, and there's still minimum communications with the agency and Jerry and Parsons had another conversation for 4 hours with Jerry, and nothing been said and done with him working out. This is too much. So instead of these individual players asking about football stuff, they talking about how do you feel about Parsons? How do you feel about his contract? Which that's not their money, but it's their problem because they bringing it up when their focal point should be Eagles week 1. And what about the guy that's busting his chops off to make this team with the false hope that, hey, I can be somebody on the Cowboys, and for Parsons to get signed and all of a sudden he's going to be somebody on another team. He's getting cut, or he's not, or it's just wasted value time of him putting in all of this work with false hopes. It's a lot of stuff when all we supposed to do is talk football. I can't make this stuff up, Cowboy Nation. Let the next caller on from the 469. What's on your mind?
Yo, good afternoon, Law. How you doing?
Man, I'm great, man. I can't complain, bro.
Hey, good, man. Hey, I know Saturday, I'm gonna say this. Would I expect Joe Milton to go out there looking like Dak preseason 1? Hell no. But all I'm saying that he still has potential. You saw his raw ability, but he still has a lot of things to work on, and we'll leave it at that. Now back to the topic with Jerry and Micah.
Right.
So we all know the history of Dallas Cowboys before Jerry bought him.
Right.
Tom Landry, successful quarterbacks, Staubach, success has always been with the Cowboys.
Right.
And so has failure, right? The failure we had was the sole reason Jerry Jones bought the Cowboys. And hey, he was like, well, we're going to do everything to win now. We're going to get this coach Jimmy. We're going to get these players, such and such, right?
Yeah.
What I just don't understand is how ever since he got rid of ever since he got rid of Jimmy, I wish he would get rid of himself, but ever since he got rid of Jimmy, he has, let's say he hasn't learned to fall like, oh, it's not my fault that things are failing. It's always someone else, right?
Right.
And I don't expect, if things fall into short this season, do expect someone to be a fall guy, whether that be, well, we're paying too much slice to the pie for Dak, or Micah wasn't there for 3 weeks, we were dealing with that issue. There's going to be excuses. But my thing is, where's the accountability when it's all said and done? Because, Jerry, you're an old guy. If people think that we still give him credit for the 95, but I'm pretty sure deep down he's still pissed off that, that was Jimmy's team. He hates hearing that.
Yeah.
But it's the facts. It was still Jimmy's team. I'm pretty sure. Well, I did it with what's his name, Barry as a coach. Well, that was Jimmy's team.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna call it different, but
Yeah.
It is what it is. But in saying this, if Jerry, because Denzel, what he said was not wrong, and I mean, I hate to put it out there, but we are talking about $1 billion organization. You tell me, Lonnie, if you were a billionaire and some person came up to you, like from me or from someone on YouTube or anyone came up to you trying to tell you how to do your things, how would you react?
Oh,
You'd
man.
be like, Go ahead, Law.
No, no need to respond because I'm a billionaire, with a B. And Denzel would never be able to account to the money that I'm going to be able to make. No matter how many jabs he would throw at me, I'm a billionaire. Yeah, good movie, you're an actor, I'm a billionaire. Two different lanes. This is what Jerry's saying in his mind, right? And it's just the reality of it. It's hard to tell people at your job if they're your supervisor what to do, right? They don't listen. And that's where Jerry Jones is at. Why would he listen to Denzel Washington? Unless the entirety of the fan base revolt and people stop buying tickets and people stop going to the game. But nobody would do that because we have been what Ocho said. We're a real good team. We haven't been a terrible team, right? Even in the years where we're supposed to be sucky and terrible, we still won too many games. And that's 5-11, 5-11, 5-11 with Dave Campo.
Exactly, Law. And then my thing is, we just better be ready for all I'm saying is distractions affect culture. And right now, I just think the whole timing of this is just so idiotic to think that, hey, you have a first-year coach. You had an opportunity to sign a generational pass rusher. You had an opportunity to sign Dak earlier on before he got way too expensive. You had opportunities to improve the team, but everyone waits till the last second when shit is hitting the fan.
Right.
And that is, and this is just a lesson. If you live by not being prepared, it's gonna show.
Yeah.
And that's all I have, Law, because it has been showing these past years, and I just hope it gets fixed.
No doubt, man. Good call from my guy. It is for what it is. Systems do what they want to do. People do what they want to do. When you fall in under a system of control, that is exactly what it is. People will only sympathize with you for a second, and then they say get over it. Cowboys, man, y'all a great franchise, man. Y'all fan base is loony, right? There's people that look like me that will say, hey, man, we want reparations, man. We want to get money back from what our forefathers had to endure, right? And then there's people that will say, man, get over it, man. Get over it, man. Man, you wasn't enslaved. You shouldn't have to worry about that oppression. Look at these guys over here. But in the same time and under the same breath, the United States send money for reparations for the Jews in the Holocaust. They send billions and billions of dollars. And to this day, they still paying billions of dollars, right? So that's how life is. People don't give a dog what's going on because they say get over it, right? And Jerry Jones is one of those particular owners that's a billionaire with a B that don't have to deal with none of us and our feelings. Get over it. We won 3 Super Bowls. I gave y'all the biggest playpen in the world, and it's the Arlington Stadium, the Dallas Cowboys there. I gave y'all workout facilities where you can tour and get all of these things. I even have it great for you in Oxnard. So why are y'all complaining? That's life, and that is the system of control, and that is the world and the environment that we live in. People don't care about us. They don't look when we start explaining stuff. Shoot, they're like, oh man, black folks couldn't get 1 red cent, none of it. But nobody feel comfortable talking about that, right? And that's life. That's the reality of it. The system of control. And as long as Jerry Jones is alive, hey, man, I'm a billionaire, man. You can't tell me nothing. We're going to get it. Look, we're going to continue to make sure we fatten all wallets, and I'm doing it for the money. Not for this team. VIP from the 860. Man, you're live on the Nation. Talk to me, brother.
Oh, you tapping on something, Lord. Be careful before you hear that. Yeah, I don't want to come for you, Lord. I'm around. You know I'm outside for you, Lord. If you new to the channel, this is the Eve, baby.
But VIP, you know I'm telling the truth, though. You know I'm telling the truth. You know, everybody else get reparations. Man, you better not start talking about no reparations over here, bro. You know what I'm saying? Get back in line. You better toe that line.
Everybody. You left out the Japanese. They gave it to them after we bombed them.
Yeah,
Chinese, they gave it to them after we bombed them. Lord, everybody has got reparation but us, Lord.
Yeah.
We not here to talk about that, Lord.
Yeah. Too much.
You know, we got dictators in charge now, Lord. We don't even got presidents anymore. We got dictators. But anyway, Lord.
Yeah.
Speaking of dictators, we ain't far off from a dictator that owns this goddamn team, Lord. Let's keep it a beam.
Precisely, my brother. Keep cooking, boy. God.
We have a dictator. When you have a dictator, his ideology is you can't tell me nothing.
Right.
I dictate, B.
Yeah.
Whatever I say, rock. You got to rock with. And you don't like it? You don't like it? Well, I'm going to suffocate you.
Yeah.
I'm a gatekeeper.
Yeah.
And that's basically what he is. And we got to, we also, my son is so depressed over this, but I told him, look, Jerry got a case that nobody else is talking about that still hasn't been resolved. But because Jerry got $1 billion industry behind him, nobody's talking about that case. He still hasn't settled with his shorty offspring or whatever.
Yeah. You just say an SA case. Yeah.
So, you know, allegedly, we'll say, Lord, you know, I want to get you a no.
Oh, allegedly, but you know, it's public records though. Just look it up, y'all. You know what I'm saying? but let me just say this though. Let me just say this though. Let me say this, VIP. Rodney states, he's in the chat. He says every NFL owner is doing it for the money. It's business. Okay, but at the same time, not every NFL owner is doing it for the fame. You know what I'm saying? So that's two different things. Yeah.
Ask New England Patriots home.
Yeah.
Does he do it for the fame or does he rather go for a ship?
Yep.
He'll play the background to get the ship.
Yep. Or ask the Lamar Hunt son or whatever that name guy over the Kansas City Chiefs. You know, what is he doing it for? You know, is the money or the fame?
You'll never hear them in the headline. You don't hear them after every press conference. They have a press conference.
Right.
Don't do where they do that. Only way they do that is at the Cowboys, B.
Yep.
So when you have a dictator,
there you go.
He's gonna go in a press conference, and whatever the coach says, he could basically walk down the coach. Whatever he says, like, "Yo, shut up, man. This is what I'm saying. This is who's starting. This is who's playing. This is why they didn't get the PT." Like, damn, who's the coach? What's popping?
Yep. And that's the pain for it, because we can say we've seen 4 different coaches, and 4 different coaches come up with the same different conclusion as it relates to how you play in preseason or how you start a certain thing. So we all know who's the de facto leader of this team as it relates to coaching. And it's crazy because how you going to have 4 different coaches in the same 4 different or same philosophies as it relates to defensive tackles, right? I can't make this stuff up.
Lord. That's what you were talking about. Systematic. That's systematic.
Systemic.
It has nothing to do with philosophy.
Systemic. Oh my God.
Systemic. That's what it is, Lord. You got to call it what it is, Lord. It's systemic. And he has the power to say, hey, look, I signed a check for this player, for that player, and these players are not to touch the preseason field. I seen Tony Romo go down. I told you this dude he's never been knocked out, but I think he's got like that. He's punch shy. Like he's scared to get punched. Like if something happened to him, he start reminiscing about stuff that it's not even relevant. But today he started talking about stuff with a contract with Dez and with Jay-Z. We like, yo, what the F are you talking about?
Right.
That has nothing to do with Micah Parsons, which is a generational player.
Yep.
And you playing with a man's emotions.
Yep.
You can play with a man's money. You might be able to play with some dude's girls, but don't play with my emotions, B.
Yeah, you right. Yeah.
Because now I feel some type of way. So now everybody, oh man, Parsons should go practice. No. This ain't, if Parsons go practice and get hurt, now I want to keep that same energy.
Yep.
If he go out there and twist something, now Jerry got more ammo. Now his son got more ammo.
Yep.
So Parsons is playing his cards right. I know we on here in our feelings like, oh man, I want him to put the pads on. That ain't you're not talking about your family's generational.
Yep. You ain't talking
You're
about.
not talking about your family's generational wealth.
You ain't talking about.
Stop counting people's pockets, man. I don't like when they get on here and do that. So let's keep it football related. Don't talk about my Lion. I feel the same way about my quarterback I feel about my Lion. I don't want to hear whoever come on here and say Trey Parsons. When I come back to Fresno, I want to meet me at the Star, B.
Yeah, he ain't no killer, but don't push him. Revenge is like the sweetest joy, man. What else you got for me? What else you got, bro?
Anyway, Law, I'm going to say this, Law. Like we had, Law, but what my problem is we have problems, and correct me if I'm wrong, Law. The definition of wrong, definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting what, Law?
Different results.
Okay, so we know we needed a D tackle. We know we couldn't stop the run 2 years in a row. Why have we not addressed this, Lord?
Yeah. Hey. Because when you saying insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. But what is success? Is being consistent in doing things that you do great at, right? And the Cowboys been great at generating revenue. So in Jerry's mind, if money is the bottom line, if money is everything that is needed for me to put my family up, then what are we talking about here, Dan?
And that there goes to my third point. He said out of his face that I did this for my kids. I don't love the game like that. I don't love the Cowboys. I've done this to have generational wealth for my children.
Yep.
So I got my son that don't even know football, his grandson that probably knows more football than all of them combined. But the law, you got people in charge that can't be held accountable, and then we as fans, we're fighting amongst each other about stuff we can't even. We have no way of changing.
Yep. And that is exactly, bro. Woo! And I know that this probably be an unpopular show today, because we pointing out the issues, and I think that this is, some people may go back and rewatch this and say, damn, man, these guys are spitting the truth, right? Because we handicap ourselves. We're the only team that handicap ourselves. And people fail to realize it takes one or two pieces that you probably would need in order to win it all. But if you don't do that one or two pieces, man, football is a game of inches. And where you inefficient at, it will show up in the biggest and the brightest games, right? And then you looking to pin the tail on the donkey, and what most people do, because football is overly consumed of a lot of casual fans, right? VIP. Not everybody gonna watch every game like you. Not everybody gonna know every player on a team, but casually, they will listen to the 3-letter to 4-letter network, and they will pin the blame on the player instead of the owner. And they say, okay, Dak Prescott, we should have won that game. It's his fault, right? Oh, defense, Parsons, we should have won that game. It's his fault. And they would love to, instead of pointing out the entirety of the team, they try to find one little person that they can pin it on. And that's how it goes.
But we got a lot of front runners, Lord. There's a lot of front runners. If we're doing good, everybody, we cheering, woo, woo, woo. But when it comes to scrapping, when you got to put these gloves on and scrap your way out of somewhere, where y'all at? I don't see those fans, Lord. There's only a few of us out here. That's gonna wear. I wear my star wherever, Lord. I don't give a damn. I'm in the middle of Philly fans, New York.
I see you.
I wouldn't give a damn, Lord.
No doubt, bro. No doubt.
And that's got to be our ideology. And my last thing, Lord, I'm gonna say this. I tell my son and my children, my nephews and nieces, this one slogan I have is called, our biggest enemy is our inner me. I'm going to repeat that in my Dr. Umar voice. Our biggest enemy is our inner me. I say that to Jerry. Jerry, your biggest enemy is your inner me. Get over yourself, Jerry. Sign the Lion. Get me a goddamn D tackle and a cornerback. And let's keep it pushed, Lord.
No doubt, man. That's VIP, man. Let them hear you say it, bro.
Bow, bow, damn, Cowboys. I ain't the killer, but don't push me.
Yes, it is. That's VIP, man. I ain't mad at it. Boy, we down to the last two callers, man. Y'all want me to continue to go? Y'all want me to continue to go? And even if you are in a position of higher power, I was reading this word one time before, and this lady who was on the low end was in a disagreement with someone who had a higher consciousness, a higher power. And she was like, can you do it for us at least? And then he was like, I didn't come here for you. I came here for my people. And then the lady on a lower level increased her bandwidth of knowledge and said, I'm paraphrasing, adding in a little remix to it, but damn, even the dogs can get the crumbs from the master table. Give us something. And it changes the mindset of sometimes those who are thinking only I'm here for this sector of people. So what I'm getting at, Cowboy Nation and beyond, is that sometimes we have to remind those who's even in a higher position. Come on, man. Even the dogs, man, get the crumbs from the master table. Give us something. Give us a little defensive tackle. Listen, hear us out. Give us a cornerback. I know that you in a position that you think that you know everything, which I'm not saying that part, that they don't know everything, but Jerry Jones believeth that he thinks that he knows everything. And therefore, he do not listen to what it is necessary in order to win. And in order to win, you can't win with all flash. You need foundation-wise. You need substance. You need to have the ability to stop the run and run the ball. Jerry says sometimes that dog jump on the table and feast. Yeah. Boy, Jerry, you crazy in that chat. But I got too cool for the 910 UN. Talk to us, man. What you got for me?
Hey, I got a question there.
Go ahead. Break it down.
Speaking on money, Saquon Barkley. As Saquon Barkley signed with Dallas Cowboys last year, what's the record?
Last year, Cowboys?
Yeah, everything we know about Saquon last year, everything he did, if that Saquon Barkley signed with the Cowboys last year, what's the Cowboys record?
Let me go all the way back then. When do he sign? Do he sign in training camp? Do he get a chance to go to?
He go in free agency, and we signed him before the Eagles could sign him. We signed him, 15-year deal. I mean, $15 million deal.
Okay, and I think that we go into the postseason, especially. Hear me out with this. Especially if if Saquon is signed with the Cowboys, plus CeeDee Lamb is at the training camp too, so you got all three of them guys there.
But that I think we go to postseason. It got to be everything we know. Even that got to be hurt. You got to take that guy out of the equation because he got hurt. So everything we know, and we just had Saquon. Do we go to the playoffs?
No, man, we won't make it to the playoff with just Saquon. Right? We would look like the Giants. We'll be looking just like the Giants. We will have the Giants problem. He'll be going from the Giants to the Cowboys and won't make it to the postseason.
I hear everybody, man. At some point, man, this shit go both ways. It's accountability and responsibilities on both parties. Again, because like I said, ain't nobody count Michael pockets. Michael jumped out there and said it himself that there's no difference between two amounts of money. Right, he said it. Nobody else put a gun to Michael's head and say it. Right, so as a casual fan, whatever kind of fan they want to call Cowboy fans, who's irate with Micah Parsons right now, what's the difference between $21 million and $30 million? You're not up for a contract right now. I'm not counting your pockets, but when you say there's no difference between 30 and 40, man, how do we sign a defensive player right now if we go sign you to this big ass contract? A lot of people saying sign this man to a contract, but that Prescott didn't have to get paid $60 million a year. Everybody keeps saying that whole next man up. Man, we got to stop using that mentality. The NFL is watered down with talent. These players, they're not deserving these contracts, but they're the next man up. And so we gloriate them and glorify them and saying they should get paid because they're the next man up.
There's no way or no reason why Trevor Lawrence should be one of the highest paid players in the NFL. Dak Prescott should not be making more money than Patrick Mahomes, but they make more money. And I tell people this, because Michael Parsons he's going to touch $45 million. Michael Parsons will be the highest paid non-football player in the NFL.
Technically, Dak is not making more money than Pat Mahomes. Pat Mahomes got a $450, $250,000, a $500 million contract. Dak don't have that.
How much does Dak make this year?
But Dak gonna get 60 as his APY. That's based off of 3 years.
Dak has a front loaded, but Dak has a front loaded. The Cowboys do their contracts based off they front load money.
Right.
So he's front loading all this money because when you look at
just to cut you off just a little bit, before if the Cowboys wanted to get Dak Prescott under that threshold of $60 million, when it was time for him to do his negotiation, they should have inked that deal right before Jalen Hurts got his money, right before that wave of $52 million happened.
What I'm saying though is this. At some point, as players, man, you have to take accountability for, do you really want to win a Super Bowl or do you want to be the highest paid? Man, we can sign Michael Parsons right now to $45 million.
Right.
Fans saying sign him. But, man, we will have 3 players sitting at over $130 million locked up into
Who fault is that?
Law, I hear you, but at the same time, go look at Tom Brady. Tom Brady didn't say, hey, I want to be the highest paid. Tom Brady thought about Super Bowls.
But when Tom Brady was the highest paid, he just paid for 20 years. So during this time, he was once upon a time the highest paid quarterback. What we're trying to do is quantify Tom Brady on the back end. Those are two different conversations. You got to understand, he's been playing football.
Tom Brady was when he was first with the Patriots, he was the highest paid because he started winning Super Bowls early.
Yeah, he started winning Super Bowl early, which was good for them. But he, at one point in time, was the highest paid quarterback multiple times. Keep in mind, he's been playing for over 20 years. Tom Brady, by the way. And just to be real with everything, Tom Brady never been on a team with loaded inefficiencies and won the Super Bowl. He always had, every Super Bowl he ever won, he always had a top 5 defense. And they didn't have nobody named Andre Booth out there. They didn't have the Josh Butlers out there. They didn't have guys that's playing, they didn't have safeties playing linebackers.
But we just got Andre Booth. What I'm saying though, we just got Andre Booth.
But how many years we had Anthony Brown? So in Tom Brady's career, he never had a defensive back that when he was on a team to win a Super Bowl of the kinds of caliber of an Anthony Brown. You get what I'm saying? Just go back and look at all of the Super Bowls, take away Tom Brady, and just look at the defenses he had and the coaches that he had. He always been on a good team. For real.
Okay, so what I'm saying though, Law, is make the case, right? So if I say right now, we gotta pay Tyler Smith next year.
Right.
You gotta pay Bland, or you gotta let Bland walk.
That's the price of doing business too. That's the price of doing business. That's the price of doing business.
Right,
Unfortunately,
So who do we keep? Now, if they go out and sign, let's just say Reader. Let's say they cut Reader from the Detroit Lions. We sign Reader, and we go out and sign a cornerback too. And let's just say we go to the Super Bowl and win. How do we keep that team intact?
So, hold on. What'd you say now? Say that. Run that back again.
Say they cut DJ Reader from the Lions, and we just somehow sign him. And then we go pick up a cornerback. And let's just say we go to the Super Bowl and win it. How do we keep that team intact right now? Well, we know right now we're going to have 5 players we got to pay.
I mean, that's the price of doing business. You win now. You don't try to win 10 years from now. You win the now. And that's where we've been having issues with. We don't operate out of fear. We operate out of comfort. So Jerry Jones and them, they always would talk about the pie. If DJ Reader right now, who's at the age of 33, 34, right, or whatever old he is, and we bring him in and we go sign, the expectations for the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl, by the way, is still on the table. We are expected to win the Super Bowl this year, right, with what we have every year. So we got to move that out the way. With $32 to $35 million that we're standing on now, we should have enough money to sign these guys, regardless of it. What we have problems with is we stretch and we wait to the last minute. We drive up their own prices on our own players. That's where we at right now.
Then my last thing is this, Mo. So when did Jerry Jones buy the Cowboys?
89 or 88. 88, 89. Right,
And then
right.
when did he have a GM when he bought the Cowboys?
Believe it or not, Jimmy Johnson was the de facto GM during that time frame. He was the coach.
So
he was the coach slash GM.
So did he allow Jimmy Jones to do that Herschel Walker trade, or did Jimmy Jones just do it on his own?
Well, Jimmy Johnson created the trade value chart, which they still use to this day. And it was a collective between the two. But I think that now, knowing what we know now, we know that Jimmy had the insight knowledge of all of these players, not Jerry. And the reason why Jimmy had that insight, the reason why Jimmy had that insight knowledge is because he just left college. So he had a leg up on evaluating all of these players because he just left that arena. But keep going.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, though, is like, you're dealing with a maniac right now.
Right.
When you're dealing with Jerry Jones, you're dealing with a maniac. So regardless of what we see, in his head, he owns the team, he bought the team, he allowed the trade to happen, right? So in his head, that's what he's thinking about, right? But the only thing I'm saying, though, Law, is like it goes both ways, like Emmitt Smith said this morning the other day when you was playing, yesterday morning, right?
Right.
It goes both ways. At some point, when we played the 49ers in Green Bay in the playoffs, man, you got to take accountability for that. The Cowboys players got to take accountability for that. Like Emmitt Smith said, like, man, we moved that goalpost so many times from the players, and when we get fixated on paying, I hope they pay Micah Parsons. I really do. But I need Micah Parsons to understand that the minute the longest he's not on that field, he's interfering with the talent and the evaluation of other players. Because DE, old boy from Boston College, he needs you on the other side, Michael Parsons.
Right.
He needs you to see that you're going to join a double team, and it's going to be him one-on-one, or he's going to have the weak tackle versus the strong tackle, or, right or left side. Like, that's the stuff that's missing. Then when we go to play the Eagles right now, we don't have you on the field, so there's no chemistry built right now between y'all two. I got it, you're trying to get paid, but at the end of the day, man, you got to be a leader at some point too.
Well. You can't be not as everybody's as generous as Dak Prescott to walk out there to get beat up, to get rocks thrown at them, right, and to continue to wear a smile on their face and go out there and practice, right. So not everybody's like that. And what Jerry Jones got to understand is that this is a new age era. Not everybody's going to be willing to get sullied and denigrated, right? So this is what it all is. The whole Herschel Walker thing is Jimmy. The whole Herschel Walker thing also is Jerry. Because, see, a third of the fan base don't understand that we brought Herschel Walker back. That's Jerry. Because Jerry is still stuck in a certain phase. See, a third of the Cowboy fans never knew that we went and got Herschel Walker back on the Cowboys because we continued to try to find that old 90s vein of what was successful. And what Jerry Jones in his mind of thinking is that if we were able to win the Super Bowl when Emmitt Smith had a holdout and missed the first two games, it was a way of us win. It will be the same way even if we lose the first two games here and sign Micah Parsons. And those things are not the same. Unfortunately, Jerry Jones, it's two different eras, two different worlds, and no foundation. One of the things that Emmitt Smith said last night at that premiere thing is the fact that they had to pull from Jimmy Johnson's tree. They had to pull from Jimmy Johnson philosophy. They had to pull from Jimmy Johnson thought track. Well, on this team, who are we pulling from? Mike McCarthy, who haven't won since 2010? Jason Garrett? Who are we pulling from? There's no finite person that we can pull from that these players can say, hey, we're gonna lift up this team and win. No, there's nothing we can do but pray.
So do you think, if Jerry paid him, you think that's everything water under the bridge?
No, because the damage is already done. The damage is already done. Jerry had made it only about the money now. And he didn't give a dog about what was told. He don't give a dog of what's going on with Micah Parsons. It's business, don't get me wrong. But he's more. Have you seen the front office say anything negative or anything bad about Trey Hendrickson for the Cincinnati Bengals? Do you see the 3-letter, the 4-letter networks sullying and denigrating Trey Hendrickson's skill set and that he's a one-trick pony? Have you seen any negative articles or any of those things bashing from the Cincinnati Bengals front office or beat writers there on Trey Hendrickson's. Nobody. They was talking about their patience was running thin on Micah Parsons for 2 to 3 years now. But the time to pay Parsons was last year. So that's why we overpay.
But like, when they talk about running thin, though, man, they talking about this whole podcast, like all that goes into effect, though. It ain't just they just sitting here looking at his talent and they saying, "Oh, like I say, I'm not trying to take up
now the front office, no. What I'm saying, the front office couldn't look. We all have reservations on certain things. People probably don't like the way their wife cook, but they're not finna go out there and yell out to the world and say, "Hey, man, my wife can't fry an egg." You know, people don't do that, right?
True.
But we do because of distraction. That's distraction, man. You know, that's what we got to overcome, and that's a lot to overcome, bro.
So, Law, what you think the record is? Michael don't play.
I heard somebody was saying on one of these shows, good analogy that they use, and I think it was what was this guy name? Dan Orlovsky. He said that basically the Cowboys can go to the postseason without Parsons probably, but you're not going to win in the postseason without Parsons. You can get to the Super Bowl, but you ain't going to win without your weapons, is what I'm getting at and what he was getting at. Eagles were very good last year. They don't win their Super Bowl without Saquon Barkley. They probably get to the Super Bowl. They probably get to the postseason, but they don't win it without Saquon.
True.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah. If they had Rico Dido, they ain't winning that Super Bowl. They probably ain't winning that postseason game. Yeah. So you got to deal with the things you got to deal with, bro. What else you got for the show?
Man, that's all I got, Law. I'm just saying, man. I just hate the fact that I just don't want to be the team with the highest paid players on it all the time, man. It's really nothing to show.
Because the reason,
a lot of money locked up in
too cool. You just got to understand. Listen to what Jerry said. He wanted the distractions. He want that. That gives tensions. By him walking out saying that I got the highest paid quarterback, that's news tension grabs, right? Whether you win or lose, that's when you win, you're gonna say, hey, the Cowboys have the highest paid quarterback. When you lose, they say, hey, the Cowboys got the highest paid quarterback, just like they did with the wide receiver, right? There's literally a wedge that's designed from the Cowboy fans on even CeeDee Lamb, that they didn't want CeeDee Lamb to get paid his money because I'm old enough to remember they said that he's not a Jamar Chase. He's not he's not a what's the guy over there for the Vikings? He's not Jay Jetta. No matter how much numbers we can put up and say that these numbers are very comparable, but there are people within the same fan base that say that he's a one-trick well, he's a slot merchant.
Oh, he wasn't a number one.
Yeah, he's not a true number one. Yeah. But if you talk to anybody on the Minnesota's team, they believe ultimately in Alshon or Jay Jetta. They believe ultimately over the $40 million wide receiver over there in Cincinnati. There's nobody that's beating up him every day. He goes to work happy.
This is the last thing. Look, I'm gonna let you go after this. Hey, remember I said it. Michael Parsons gonna get paid $45 million or more. I'm of the mindset that man gonna touch $50 million a year.
Hey,
he's gonna make Michael Parsons now. Law. He's gonna get paid $45 million or more. Just watch and see, guaranteed.
Yep. Hey,
I'll buy you a steak if he don't.
All right, bro. Appreciate you, man.
All right.
Good call from Too Cool. And my counter argument is to that, ladies and gentlemen, is that I'm gonna go back to all three of these guys that's getting this highest paid money stuff. When Dak Prescott team entered the negotiations to get paid, it started off at $24 to $25 million. They betted against him, and by the time they paid Dak Prescott his very first contract, that price driven up to $40 million. And when they paid Dak Prescott, a third of the Cowboy fan base was saying, hey, he better win the Super Bowl. When it was time to negotiate with C. Dangerous Lamb on his money, it started off at $27 to $28 million. Instead of going ahead and paying CeeDee Lamb that year, they let him go into another season, and he ended up getting paid 36, whatever he can pay, 36, 37 million APY. Last year, when it was on the table to pay Micah Parsons, he said, I'm willing to get paid dog water. They didn't 1,000% believe in him. Podcast Parsons, they allow stuff to leak out, even when the kid said that I'm willing to not be the highest paid non-quarterback on the defense. You know what I'm saying? And it started off at $30 to $31 million. The Cowboys drive up their own price because of the attention. So now, instead of paying Micah Parsons $30 to $32 million, we about to pay him $40 to $45 million. Because we drive up our own price, our own asking price. I don't understand how people just don't see this. I don't see how people see. People definitely don't see this when we drive up our own price. And it goes on and on and on and on. Boy, we having a marathon show. I got from the 860, you're live, and I see 100 grand with the playing Hold Tight and Uncle Charles. All right, 860, you're live. Talk to me.
Yeah, what up, Law? I'm calling from the same area code as VIP, so let VIP know you goddess is around. We must be in the same city or in the same vicinity. What up, though?
Yeah.
But this is you goddess. It's my first time calling in, but you know I'm a long time listener, watcher, and a big supporter and all of that. And I got something for you, Law.
Okay.
And I got something for everybody in the chat. So listen, check it out. Law Nation. You bring the people all the best information. When you in distress, you know the man you gotta call. LAW, the nation is in front of you. YouTube is where he got the thing started. You listen to the man, they say he looked like James Harden. The beard grew just like his fan base did. DC for life, you know it ain't no faking it. He say it loud and he say it with his chest. And remember, this is nothing but the best. Through the sunshine, the troubles and the storms, the wins and the losses, rest in peace to his moms. We talk ball and we read up on the Psalms. Standing on the ledge, we try to keep each other calm. We sacrifice for the star, that's who we are. Dallas for long, not for short, let's go to war.
Yeah. Bars indeed. I appreciate that. That's what I'm talking about. Maybe you and VIP, man, since y'all in the same area, man. Y'all can put both of y'all together at the same time. Y'all can be some troublesome over here. Yes, indeed.
Yeah,
That's dope. Yes, dope.
Yeah, we could. All right, how about them Cowboys?
Yes, indeed. That's all you have? Okay, come on with it. Yeah, shoot.
Blue magic.
Come on with it. That's magical right there. Oh, my gosh, man. Hey, put a round of applause together, man. Dang. Hey, I don't know how you're going to be able to follow up that 100 grand. Hey.
Listen, I can't follow that up, man. She did her thing on that one.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing I can do.
Yeah. One fish, two fish, blue fish or something, man. Dr. Seuss said this, man. Come on with it. Don't mess with this. Yeah, indeed. She had the voice, the cadence was there. She freestyled that. I know she freestyled that, man. God, no, boy. Yeah.
Shout out Biggie. Shout out Mace. Shout out Cameron.
Shout out you guys. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Hey, now you done started something now. I need a female from the South to represent, man. I need a female from the South to call in. Come on, man.
You know we get out, you heard? You know we get out.
Oh, man, I need some help. Oh my God. Where my South female rappers at, man? I need somebody to represent. Yeah. I don't want Megan to call in. Megan, no. You put that phone down, Megan Thee Stallion.
You don't need Megan. Hey, Clay Thompson got that. You heard? You don't need
Oh my gosh, man. Jeez, man. She came in there with some bars, though, man. God.
I think that sounds like an intro to me. What you think? You know,
man, I'm gonna add it in. Yo. Jeez, man, it's crazy, man. Jeez. Harris, what you got for the show today, man?
Listen, man. Listen. Listen, man. The Micah talk, man, you can't do it by yourself. The money don't say you can do it by yourself. Everybody went, oh, Micah, need to step up and what about everybody else?
Right.
Micah got 3 people on him, and nobody else is stepping up. Yeah, where y'all at? Do y'all watch the same games we be watching?
Man.
And choke slam.
And they ain't calling holding. And they ain't calling holding.
Thank you. And that's why it's Jerry's fault, because we ain't got no other guys to help Mike out. That's why it's his fault. That's why we blame Jerry. Y'all be watching the same games? Too cool, you my guy, but come on, man. You watching the same game?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Drive up the own prices on his own players, man.
We got Mozzie Smith out there. What is he doing? He can't even.
Man.
Come on, man.
He bust a great,
but
man.
You look at other players on other teams, they perform and their defense looks so well. Because everybody else is doing their job.
Man, come on with it, bro.
We don't got dogs over here. We only got Micah, the only dog. Come on, man. We need depth too. It ain't just about Micah. We need Micah. Don't sit there and say, man, we don't need Micah. Then when the playoffs come, man, I don't know what happened to you guys. I don't know what happened to the Cowboys, man. They just fell apart. No, the other team had more dogs.
Yeah, more dogs.
Are y'all watching football or not?
Man.
Are y'all watching football?
Let
getting more and more weapons.
I'm gonna put you in my seat, right? And I'm gonna be like the Cowboy hater. Excuses, man. You starting off with all of these excuses, man. Why you giving Micah Parsons the pass, man? He a one-trick pony, man. He's trash, man.
Okay, name everybody on the 49ers. Name all them dogs.
Nah, man, no. See, that's what Cowboys do, man. They come on with all of these excuses for 30 years, 30 seasons, man. Micah Parsons is trash, man. He's a one-trick pony. He don't deserve his money, man. So what's your counter?
Listen.
Dak is trash
Micah
too. Whack Prescott.
Listen, no, don't do that. Don't again. We need dogs over here. Everybody, when they talk about Jalen Hurts ain't win that Super Bowl, he got carried. Let Dak Prescott get carried. You think y'all not gonna celebrate the Super Bowl? Come on, man. Y'all not gonna celebrate no Super Bowl. Why do you think Jalen Hurts got carried? Because they realized, wait a minute, Jalen Hurts can't do it. We need more dogs.
Nakobe Dean is better than Micah Parsons. Nakobe Dean is better than Micah Parsons.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Speaking of the Eagles, they linemen hurt. They scraping and scrambling. I guarantee you they get another lineman. I guarantee you. They lineman hurt.
O-line or D-line?
Might be out a couple games. No, they lineman hurt.
Meniscus. Yeah. He had the surgery. I forgot one. I think Landon Dickerson's or something like that.
Yeah, he a big part of their line. I guarantee you how we go fill that spot. How we ain't gonna sit there and say, well, we got this rookie, man, that we show promise and he had a good camp and what I'm saying, and we got all the faith in the world that he gonna step up and be better than him.
They ain't finna go get a Josh Ball or Matt. Well, let's go. Now they did pick up one of our guys, man, from last year, Rodgers. They did pick up Rodgers though, the defensive tackle.
That's defense, though.
Yeah,
It's the offensive
defense.
line.
Yeah, it's the O-line.
It's the offense. It's the whole line.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Justin
Come
Rogers.
on, man.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm talking about when it's Jerry Jones' fault. He don't go in, okay, a guy got hurt, let's go replace him with quality. No, you go get duct tape, all type of stuff, and go get a guy, and then expect for Dak Prescott, expect for Michael Parsons and all these dudes to make up for it. Forget that makeup stuff. No. Go out there and do your job, front office. And stop blaming it on these players. Talking about, man, these players, man, need to overcome. If I draw up a shot for Shaq to make the 3, he ain't making it.
Man.
So why you want, oh man, we got the seventh rounder. Man, he could come in here and do a job. No.
Man.
They got Booth on the outside. Michael Parsons can make up for Booth. Michael Parsons can make up for Booth. Michael Parsons could do his goddamn job, but Booth out there letting water run through. Come on, man. And that's Michael Parsons' fault.
You sound just like me now, man. Because people fail to realize when I was showing the Ram tape, and they're like, man, these are not starters. I said, bullsugar, man. Booth was out there last year for multitudes of games, and he was a
starter.
He was a starter.
Booth was a starter last year. Out there looking bad.
Yeah, man, it's
you
crazy.
You can tell every time they threw the ball, man, they go on the Booth side. They go on the Booth side. You were sitting there doing commentary. They're about to throw the Booth. They're about to throw the Booth side. They're about to throw the Booth side. And they threw the Booth side every time. But we had Bland on the other side handling this business, but Booth was the missing link. And y'all want to, Bland ain't all that, man.
Ain't all that.
Parsons ain't performing, man. What's going on, man? Why the pass rush got to get there 2 seconds before, man? Come on, man. It's a chain. It's a chain. If one link on the chain ain't operating, the chain falls apart.
Yeah, and
I don't understand y'all guys who claim to watch football don't realize
they don't realize this. And then this is another thing that gets me all the time. Where the Cowboys had 10,000 Pro Bowlers, man. You know, bro. If that means that if you on primetime TV, you're gonna get a lot of eyeballs. All you have to do is make a few plays. 100%. You're gonna make it. You know, Pro Bowls don't really equate to being great, you know, it's just being you popularity. So you had 10 Pro Bowls and can't make it, and can't win the postseason game. And whenever I say who can stop the run, who can run the ball, it's silent.
They don't say nothing.
Yeah,
they don't say anything. Come on, man, like it's ridiculous to me. And another bone I got to pick with.
Okay, what up?
Boss. Come on, man.
What'd he say?
Come on, bro. I'm sick and tired of this, man. You know, because of the preseason game, and Shotty ran through the ball 100 times, man. He ain't run the ball. He a plant. You see what happened? What he did when whatever the quarterback we had last time we spent the 4th round pick for did the same thing, man. There ain't no competition, man. They ain't letting the 3rd string quarterback compete, man. You already know who he is already. I don't want to see Will Greer out there throwing the ball. I want to see him out there doing that because we already know who he is. And Law, if we did see that, you know what people would be saying? Come on, man. Why don't you let Joe perform? We spent the pick on Joe, and we don't know who Joe is. Y'all would be complaining the other way. That's what I don't like, bro. That's what I get the feel. I get that feel. If Cowboy Nation or if a lot of fans go one way, a lot of these content creators go the other way for content, bro. Now, Boss, my guy, I say it on his show to his face. But I feel that way. Like if the fan base go this way, other people go the other way for content.
And
here's
the thing, though.
And all this and that to make it fit in. No, you doing it for content, bro.
Here's what I'm gonna say. Here's what I'm gonna say. With the whole Will Greer thing, I've been in training camp for the last 5-6 years, right? To me, Will Greer is better than Cooper Rush. But the reason, and here's the reason why Cooper Rush was giving the nod over Will Greer and all this other bullshit stuff is because it was so many Cowboy fans. And keep in mind, Jerry is not about team winning. He's about sensationalism, right? There were so many people talking about Cooper Rush's record, as a starter. And they would use that, and Jerry played on that. You see what I'm saying? But there's no tape out there from football, like I've seen football, that you can definitively say that Cooper Rush is better than Will Greer. But the time frame of it is that the Cowboys love to have that sensationalism. And, of course, they got rid of Will Greer when we signed the other guy, Trey Lance, or what have you. I think Will Greer is a real serviceable, good backup quarterback. And the other thing, if he's solid,
come on, man.
If Will Greer started that game versus the Rams, week 1, there would have been a different version of conversation. They would have been saying it just like this. Will Greer, shoot, he's better than Dak. That's what people would have said off of that.
They're going to do that anyway.
They were going to do that, you know what I'm saying? Because they were willing to say that off of Joe Burrow, but Joe Milton. So it's crazy. It's crazy.
Both the fact that he threw the ball 60 yards, that man need work. Y'all, man, strong arm, man. Dak better look. Come on, bro. Y'all need to stop it. Y'all was just saying how Joe Milton was going to beat Dak and Dak this, that. Then y'all went to, man, I don't know, man. The third quarterback need reps. Y'all was just saying, y'all was just praising Joe Milton. Y'all was sleeping Joe Milton a couple weeks ago. Now y'all on the third quarterback, man.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all need to stop this, man. Y'all need to stop this. And I like throwing the ball. I like how you do, because the wide receivers need to be looked at.
Yeah.
The wide receivers need to be looked at. See, y'all not looking at this like, okay, how many preseason games we got?
3.
How come preseason 1 game be passes and preseason 2 game be runs? Like y'all just be just.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
No offense to the females in the chat, but y'all acting like females emotionally, man. With this.
Look. That's why I say, man, just allow this preseason. Look, this is going to be a home game. This is going to be a good situation. Whereas you got to understand that Schottenheimer, that was his first game, and he had a lot of things to get in rhythm.
Not to cut you off.
No, you good.
We go out here and we put foots in Baltimore preseason game 2.
Yeah.
Watch how everything switched. That's the shotty I was looking for. Shotty, man. Watch.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, bro. But what else you got, man, if I let Uncle Charles on, man?
R.I.P. to Pop Smoke, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna leave you alone, man. I'm gonna leave you alone.
Shout out to the East Coast. Shout out all of the East Coast rappers, man. You know what I'm saying?
How about those Yankees, man? Playoffs, let's go.
Come on with it, man. Appreciate you. That's my guy, 100 grand, man, with the plan. All right. I know my guy, Boss Cowboy. He's going to reach out to you, 100 grand. He's going to want to talk to you. I got my guy, my brother from another mother, no other. Don't look like Danny Glover, but it's absolutely my uncle. 205 Charles. You're live on the Nation. Talk to me, man.
What's up, Law? What's happening?
Nothing much at all.
Man, how's the family, man?
They're pretty good, man. Everybody's great, man, over here. Healthy and great so far.
You tell them I said hello, man. You can check.
Will do. Especially, man, it's the first week start of school, too, by the way.
Yeah.
So I'm still on Cali time. I've been waking up early to get the little ones dressed and prepared and getting them to school every day. So it's been rough on your boy over here. It's been rough, though, but everybody's good.
Well, you know, children are a job, man.
Oh, yeah.
Children are a job. Next thing you know, they'll be walking out of the house with as a college graduate.
Yeah. Yeah, I already know.
That's what I'm talking about. let me get because I know you're a man on the move. Let me say this. People need to understand that Jerry Jones has been like this ever since he left college. I mean, this guy, he got that money, he did that wheel and deal, and he made this thing happen. he's got a talent, but he also got another talent. He don't know how to leave stuff alone.
Facts.
See, here it is right before the season. And you know what we distracted with? Micah Parsons' contract. Why? Why are we talking about Micah Parsons' contract when this contract should be selling right now? Now, I tell you, I want to believe that Jerry is real. I want to believe that Jerry mean what he said. But let's just be real. Jerry is a very, very witty, smart man, but he got the hardest goddamn head in goddamn Texas. I can tell you that right now. Let me tell y'all something. People don't understand. This thing went out of damn control round about that time when Michael Jackson was doing that Pepsi and his hair caught on fire. See, goddamn Jerry.
Pray for rain, you got to deal with the mud too.
Contract with Pepsi, and he cut the NFL out of it, and the NFL was pissed that he did that. They wanted him out. They wanted him gone, but they couldn't do it. You know why? Because Jerry made them a whole lot of money. And that's why it's ain't going right now. They've been doing the same thing. Let me tell you something, man. A leprechaun know how many pieces of gold he has. If you take a piece of gold from him, what is he going to say? I count 99 pieces of gold. Where is me gold? And if he don't get that piece of gold that make that 100 pieces of gold, he's going on a rampage. I don't give a damn where you at. If you get in the room with the door locked, he's going to saw through there with his hands, and he's going to tear your ass up. This is what he's going to do. You're going to give me my gold. This is what you're going to do. Jerry Jones. Here we is getting ready for the season, and we got another, what? Distraction. You know, I tell you one thing, man. I had a friend of mine, man. You know, we was tight, you know, but he stopped taking baths and stuff. He stopped taking baths. And he started to smell real bad. And, you know, it got so damn bad, people was throwing seeds on his ass, and the trees started to grow off him. And we got tired of it. We decided we going to kidnap his ass, and we did. And we threw him in the tub, and the water started retreating. Now, you know how that water sounds when it going down that drain. It was talking, get out of here. The water wanted to get away from his ass. This is what I'm talking about, man. I want people to understand is that we don't need distractions. And there's only one person that give us distractions, and that's the person that owns the team. If Jerry Jones would just stand back and look, this is what I need to stop doing. This is what I need to stop. I need to stop distracting the coach, distracting the team. This Micah Parsons thing should even be going on right now. He's supposed to be out there on that field practicing like he's supposed to. So let me say this in closing. Whether we do or whether we don't, we better get it together quick, because Philadelphia is not playing. I don't give a damn how many players they lose. They're not going to change who they are. They want to beat the Cowboys. If they don't beat anybody else, they want to beat our ass. You can tell the truth on that. So let me just say this. I said to myself, man, you know, it's only one way, and it's up. I mean, how it look, I'm a family man, but it's some guys on the back of the doggone package store, they drinking wine, and they want me to drink some wine. Well, how the hell I look drinking? I'm a family man drinking wine. Come on, get that corner. No, you get that corner. I don't know where your mouth been. This is what I'm talking about, man. We got to start having distractions, brother. We got to start having distractions. And another thing, too, ain't no way in the hell I'm going to keep going to your church when you talking about the same thing you talked about last week. My ass is going to be asleep. I can tell that. Let me tell you, I don't give a damn about nobody saying anything to me. Just don't wake me up until it's time to go. And I'm going to say this to you, Law. Keep doing what you're doing, brother. Keep on doing what you're doing, because I'm going to tell you something. People don't understand they need to get up. When you get up in the morning, God gets you up. You're supposed to wash your face, brush your teeth. But I evidently, this lady didn't do it. And, man, she hit me with her breath. And, you know, I tell you, man, you know, if you don't know what death smell like, you don't ask me, because I know. Because I was damn near dead for smelling her damn breath. This is what I'm talking about, man. We have to take care of our bodies. We have to take care of our temples. We're supposed to clean our temple. Nobody else. And that's all I got to say. And I appreciate it, baby.
No doubt, man. That's Uncle Charles, man, with a great conversation.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, man. That's my guy right there.
Goodbye.
Man. Uncle Charles, man, for those who don't know, man.
Sacrifice Don't give up the fight. Everything gonna be alright on any given Sunday. Yeah.
Depend on you if you win or lose.
You know you got to pay some dues to live on Monday.
How long we been live, guys? We've been doing a marathon show. I supposed to only do the show for an hour, but we extended these shows for more than an hour. It feel like 3 hours, 4 hours. But I'm going to say this: the Cowboys always going to have our enemies, and when we have an enemy from within, it's always going to be that. But we also have to win that fight. The other fight that we got to win, believe it or not, the Eagles. It brings up this point in time of Barry Allen. Have you ever seen this guy named Barry Allen? I think that's his last name, the Flash. And he don't really go out there trying to find enemies or find people that don't like him. He's just trying to save the world. But there's always that adversary that always try to mix up stuff and hurt Barry Allen. And that's why I look at the Eagles as that adversary, that guy, that yellow flash. You know what I'm saying? What's his name? What's this guy's name? Is that Zoom? And that's how I look at the Eagles, man. Like, no matter what we do, we got to overcome this guy, you know, and he's always a little bit ahead of us, you know, and that's just what it is. I think that's Barry. That's his name, right? Barry Allen, the Flash. And what's Zoom? The reverse flash. The reverse flash are the Eagles. They do everything. Like, they don't wait to pay their guys. They are the reverse of what the Cowboys are. They don't have as many rings as we do. Yeah. So he's the T-move flash. So the Eagles, in my opinion, are just like, man, this dude Zoom. And maybe, you know, it is for what it is, for whatever he done did to us or we done did to them. But they always want to be like us. And even though they older than us, they haven't been more successful than us. But their fan base, they rally together, they support each other, and they do anything and everything to take us down. They do anything and everything to take us down. And we have to live through this, Cowboy Nation. We got to fight. We got to fight the front office, the back office, the side piece office, all of the offices. We got to do that. And the Zoom on the other end, they got all of the equipment. They got all of the stuff that they don't have to fight for like we do. Yeah. And they got specialized power, got all of the equipment. They got everything that you can name. Because the priority for the Philadelphia Eagles, believe it or not, is winning the Super Bowl. They want to be validated. They want to get talked about, just like the Cowboys. But their focal point is winning. Our focal point is making money. Now, our players on this team, fortunately for us, been fighting. But we've been through a miserable offseason because of the simple fact the Eagles coming off of another Super Bowl. And on top of that, we still talking about value and worth of our own players. To this point, if Micah Parsons, as terrible as some of the Cowboy fans would say that he is, if he was a free agent on this day, that there would be the Zoom type of flash to run from the Eagles for them to sign Micah Parsons. That everybody in our division would be running to sign Micah Parsons. From the Washington team to the damn Giants. I've seen Bad Dog. He put a post out and said, hey Parsons, other Parsons post. Hey man, you can come to the Cowboys. You know, everybody want Parsons but us. And we got him right in the house. That's crazy. But this is what we got to deal with. Yeah, Joseph Warren. The Cowboys have 5 Super Bowls and the Eagles have 2. But if you talk to any Eagle fan, they gonna say, man, well, 1914. They gonna bring up 1925 and 1932. That they won them championships and all of this stuff. But it's crazy how we allow our best player to get sullied and denigrated and spit upon, walked over.
Blue Magic. That's a brand name. I stand behind it. I guarantee it. About is when you chop my dope down, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5%, and then you call it
Blue Magic. That's where we at. We allowed Micah Parsons to get stepped on, walked over. And yes, on one end, we talk about Podcast Parsons, which is cool. You know, hey, I think I coined the name Podcast Parsons. Then on the other end, we talk about, damn, we need help on defense. Would you rather have a guy that's doing podcasting or a guy out there running the streets, fighting in the clubs, drinking and driving? Give me the podcast. Give me the Podcast Parsons. Patience running thin on Parsons and on his attitude. What do we want? We want to win, but we don't do the things that are designed for us to win. We lean too much on the top-heavy moments, Cowboy Nation. We lean too much on the top ends. We lean too much on Dak Prescott. We lean too much on Micah Parsons. We lean too much on coaching staff. When we gonna be a complete team? When we gonna eat a well-balanced meal? Come on, Cowboy Nation. We need to let Jerry know even the dogs get the crumb from the master table. Give us some crumbs, man. Stop being so high and mighty. I always view Jerry as Nebuchadnezzar. Someone that walks out into the providence and say, these are the things I've done. It's always about him. It's not about spreading the wealth around. And then he goes back and say, well, I put money in this guy's pocket. I put money in that guy's pocket. I helped this out. I helped that out. For sure. Because you just said it on these players. I heard him say in a crazy speech that when it was time to pay Deion Sanders, the money that he went to go buy the team, when it was time to cut the check for Deion Primetime Sanders, it was equivalency of the same. And he went back to his hometown to look at trees that he used to play around in the playground, where he used to punch the tree. And he realized how far he came to now that he had the ability to pay a player the same amount of money that he bought the team for, which is cool. Cool story. But how do that help us win now? When you going to remember a time that you relinquish your powers and your stronghold of this team to settle down and allow real football people to talk real football contracts that know how to get things done and not waiting too late to get the job done and get this thing on the run and happens the right way and the proper way? When you going to realize that for what you're doing for 30 years, 30 seasons, is not a successful way or recipe to win, when there's resources and historical data on how to win, and you go against the grain? When you gonna open up your eyes and realize that, Cowboy Nation? Because realize, come on with it. And when you gonna have that hunger to win again? Mama said that there'll be days just like this. If you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night, You get what I'm saying? To work day and night. Let me say it so slow. Almost say it so slow that you guys really can adapt into it. If you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace in your sleep, if all of your desires of it, not some, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you would gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, or plan for it, or lose all terror of your mind, if you would simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength, sagacity, with faith, hope, confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither cold, the poverty, or the famish, or fame. See, you gotta understand, the fame get in the way of the things you want. If dogged and grim and besieged and beset with the help of Almighty God, you will get it. Meaning that you will have to understand that in order for you to win, it's not you. It's with the help of Almighty. These things that you are seeing is never been about you. This is about a team. When you make the sacrifice for the team, not for you. And it's all been a you team. Cowboy Nation, that's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Go Cowboys, baby. Roll those credits.
I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check, no drip this, tell them run it up, no sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch, tell them run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check, no drip this, tell them run it up, no sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck, but first I
stretch,
tell them run it up. 9 out of 10 roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely.
Come on.
Turn to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me.
Come on.
I'm number one up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady.
Yeah.
The first one in, the last one out, can't call me
lazy. Can't call me lazy,
Put
baby.
in my hours, send the invoice and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ and
come on with it, ice cold.
I wake up, flex, come on. Thumb down now, check, no drip this, tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck, but first I
stretch,
tell them run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check, no drip this, tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch, tell them run it up. Y'all gon' make me take that trip way out to
Philly.
I call up Nigeria, come through in a hurry. Those London boys don't come to play, you should get worried. One false move, find yourself, they getting buried.
Yeah.
Dance with the devil, used to love playing those games.
Yeah.
Made some bad decisions that brought my mama pain. I made a promise to her, swore that I would change. I'm on the come up, bet I live up to my name.
Serious.
I wake up,
Law.
Down now,
Shout out to RogueShop.
Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch, tell them run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check, no drip this, tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch, tell them run it up.
Yeah, Cowboy Nation, let's go ahead and slow it down just a little bit. Yeah.
Take a drag of my cigarette. Breathe me out. Breathe you in.
Yeah.
Take a bite of my burger, babe. Save the last bite for you.
And you.
For you. Ooh. Don't let the street lights hit you all alone.
It's danger, baby.
You know it's dangerous to go alone.
All right.
Don't let the
Street lights hit you. I need all they do. I follow wherever you go, wherever you do. And remember. Yep.
7 years of the perfect love. 7 more and another one.
And another one.
And another one.
Come on.
Finding you was the one I lost. 7 wonders all in one. All in one. Don't let the street lights hit you all alone.
Come on, give me 100 reasons.
You asked for 100 reasons, so here comes the mega list of why people should support, subscribe, and donate to Law Nation Sports. 1. Passionate, authentic Dallas Cowboys coverage. 2. In-depth film study and breakdowns. 3. Unique insights you can't find on ESPN or FS1. 4. Consistent uploads every week. 5. Live streams that feel like a barbershop conversation. 6. Behind-the-scenes training camp coverage. 7th year-round Cowboys content. No off-season for Law. 8. Analysis of stars and unsung heroes. 9. Calls it like he sees it. No sugarcoating. 10. Sharp football IQ and years of studying the game. 11th. Humor mixed with knowledge. Football talk that's fun. 12th. Interviews with players, coaches, and insiders. 13. Highlights and reaction videos. 14. Breaking down rumors and separating fact from fiction. 15th. Representing Cowboys Nation worldwide. 16th. Family-friendly and positive atmosphere. 17. Giving fans a voice during streams. 18. Attends events and reports live. 19th. Produces high-quality graphics and sound. 20. Brings energy that keeps you engaged. 21st. Honest critiques of front office decisions. 22. Explains the X's and O's for casual and hardcore fans. 23rd. Covers free agency, trades, and draft strategy. 24. Brings receipts when calling out bad takes. 25th. Educates fans on contract negotiations and cap space. 26. Inspires hope while keeping it real. 27th. Covers rival teams from a Cowboys perspective. 28th. Entertaining watch parties during games. 29th. Breakdown of player development. 30. Post-game reactions with detailed stats. 31. Doesn't ride the fence, takes a stand. 32nd. Balances emotion with facts. 33rd. Creative titles that pull you in. 34th. Engages fans in the chat during live streams. 35th. Organizes giveaways for supporters. 36. Travels to bring unique coverage. 37. Represents Mississippi roots with pride. 38. Shares personal stories that inspire. 39. Welcomes debate without hostility. 40th. Encourages community growth. 41st. Respects the legends of the game. 42nd. Uses humor to roast rival fans. 43rd. Breaks down defensive schemes in detail. 44th. Shows love to offensive line play. 45th. Covers rookie growth and expectations. 46. Prepares fans for each game with previews. 47th. Deep dives on key matchups. 48th. Explains coaching decisions. 49th. predicts breakout players. 50. Challenges false narratives from national media. 51st. Engages with other content creators. 52nd. Maintains a loyal fan base. 53rd. Provides uplifting messages. 54th. Mixes football talk with life lessons. 55th. Stays connected to fans on multiple platforms. 56. Attends Cowboys events like Oxnard Camp. 57th. Delivers training camp insider notes. 58th. Explains player strengths and weaknesses. 59th. Keeps the focus on winning culture. 60. Doesn't just talk, he listens. 61. Recognizes fan contributions. 62nd. Educates on NFL history and Cowboys heritage. 63rd. Breaks down special teams' importance. 64. Covers position battles in detail. 65th. Shares draft prospect evaluations. 66. Covers college football tie-ins to the Cowboys. 67. Offers betting insights responsibly. 68. Motivates young fans to learn the game. 69. Brings up-to-date injury reports. 70. Fights misinformation online. 71. Gives platform to lesser-known voices. 72. Keeps content free for the masses. 73rd. Shares highlights for quick updates. 74. Involves fans in polls and votes. 75. Keeps rival fans entertained too. 76. Goes live after breaking news. 77. Keeps longtime fans informed on changes. 78. Uses humor to keep negativity in check. 79. Creates shareable social media clips. 80. Brings passion even after tough losses. 81st. Holds players accountable without bashing them. 82. Recognizes the human side of athletes. 83. Explains complex plays in simple terms. 84. Reacts to press conferences. 85th. Organizes collaborations with influencers. 86. Keeps nostalgia alive for 90s Cowboys. 87. Works hard without a huge corporate budget. 88th. Travels on his own dime to cover the team. 89th. Uses donations to improve production. 90. Represents independent sports journalism. 91st. Shows gratitude for every supporter. 92. Motivates through personal perseverance. 93. Builds unity in Cowboys Nation. 94. Keeps the focus on football, not drama. 95. Celebrates fan creativity. 96. Inspires the next generation of creators.
Let's get it.
97. Proves independent voices can compete with networks. 98. Brings fresh content ideas each season. 99. Makes fans feel like family. 100. Because supporting Law Nation sports keeps a passionate fan-first voice alive. And that's worth every like, sub, and donation.
That's AI Tisha with the love, baby.
You have to be your biggest fan. And when things are really
The longest outro in the land.
And they understand the cost that is involved.
100 laws of power, baby. Appreciate you.
Doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. We are going to leave again. There's 1,000 of you tonight, and those that are watching, it's 1,000 that's watching online. This is a small seed. If I get 1,000 online to get this, I'm challenging each of you all down.
Them boys. Come on, choir.
But I need everyone standing up here with us, with me, to plant a seed of $100. Because again, it costs.
Mingo. Y'all see Mingo?
I got you. And this is what I need you to do. If you're giving electronically or even giving tangibly, bring them baskets. I want the baskets up here. I want to see the photo. Y'all start moving.
This outro is longer than my beard.
Even if you're giving tangibly, just put your hand on the. Take your phone and stick it on the button.
Oh my goodness! Now y'all don't want to call
Giving is worship. Giving is worship. Giving is worship.
Oh my God.
Giving is worship. This ain't the time to talk. 1,000 people need to give $20.
On paper, they're a better team. Right. They have all the assets and resources that we don't. But let us get on the line, boy, and see if that factors in.
We should be able to raise $40,000 tonight just for y'all.
This is where we thought.
Sacrifice.
That's it. Don't give up the fight. Everything will be alright on any given Sunday. Yeah.
Depend on you.
If you win or lose, you know you got to pay some dues to live on Monday. Yeah.
Come on with it, Cowboy Nation. One love, DC for life, not for sure. I can't wait to do the You Got It. I'm going to have to find a beat that goes with that, and we'll be right on the same page with adding that in. DC for life, not for sure. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best of hits and oldies. Brought to you by Jerry Wayne Jones and my guy, Denzel Washington. Where you at?
Blue Magic. That's a brand name. I stand behind it. I guarantee it. About is when you chop my dope down, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5%, and then